Hey everybody, it's Tony Schiavone of All Elite Wrestling, and this is Tru Heel Heat, and I said it right, you motherfuckers.
It is Saturday, February 18th, 2023. It is a busy day in professional wrestling. NBA All-Star Weekend. Move over, because it is All-Star Wrestling Week. As tonight, you have WWE Elimination Chamber. You got New Japan Pro Wrestling Battle in the Valley. But you know, this is the flagship show. So we talk about the week that was WWE having... interested in signing Kenny Omega. You got AEW in desperate need of CM Punk, possibly. Jay White's final New Japan match. And just to start off the show, we're bringing back a familiar face. You could call him the honorary Ucey of the Tru Heel Heat YouTube channel, the man behind the camera, the producer extraordinaire, the Sami Zayn. He is Baby Seth is going to be here for the beginning of Tru Heel Heat.
Oh my God, what's going on? Hit the intro, hit the intro.
Hurry up. Hello. It is me, your Tru Heel Phenom, SP3. We are live on the Tru Heel Heat YouTube and Facebook for Tru Heel Heat 213 War. Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Discussing the latest wrestling news, including WWE wanting to sign an AEW EVP Kenny Omega, answering if AEW actually does need CM Punk back, recap of the weekend wrestling with unfortunately the weakest AEW Dynamite that we got this year, Rampage last night, which was actually better than it usually was, WWE Smackdown with Sami Zayn welcoming home, Raw with Zayn and Cody Rhodes, great promo, NXT, GCW Jersey Cup, J Cup, Impact on Access TV, preview and predictions for tonight's GCW event, as well as the two big shows, New Japan Pro Wrestling Battle in the Valley and WWE Elimination Chamber, plus more. And like I said at the intro, we just had to get him here for the intro because we weren't sure about my CP time co-host. He is the producer. Baby Seth is here.
What is up, everybody? What's up, crew? How everybody been?
Long time no see, man.
No, man. So, you know, Chrissy just had a little thing. I'm just keeping her seat warm over here, as you can see from the lovely background. You know, what's going on, Jake?
Our very own stand-in Chrissy Love, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
Love. I'm dying. And of course, he is back. We have the Sami Zayn of Tru Heel Heat YouTube channel, and we've got the Brock Lesnar of the Tru Heel Heat YouTube channel here on a Saturday, the candle maker himself, Top Guy JJ.
Yeah, you know, I had to bring it back for an episode real quick. Had to bring it back. So Brock Lesnar usually comes on for one appearance for the entire course of the 2-hour program. So which means after the opening segment, it is okay for me to dip, right?
But now this. See, you see how he treats us? You see how he treats us, ladies and gentlemen?
Yo,
he was
no.
This hasn't been a thing. This crew right here, I don't think has been a thing live
2018.
Tru Heel Heat 3.
Oh my God. You just made me feel so
I
old.
think it has been that long with SP.
2017?
No, actually, I'm lying. It is Tru Heel Heat, I believe, 7, when SP was suspended from the show and he invaded the show to confront Baby Seth before their big WrestleMania match.
He just came through your bedroom door and just ripped it off. He still hasn't paid for it.
Yeah, just fucking shit up, fucking up my curtains, fucking up my $6 curtains from Fat Albert. You know,
you had to call the police for that after the show. That's just something people don't know about.
Yeah, people.
Really
that's the behind the scenes story. Like, we're gonna sell that on DVDs. For the
bring back the DVDs.
We're gonna sell
all out. Might as well bring back the VHSs with them.
It's gonna be a collector's item.
Absolutely.
Our Tru Heel Heat episode was so old, we probably would be able to put it on VHS.
I mean, how that grainy camera and Johnny like being drunk and like this the whole time.
Holding an iPad for 2 hours is not easy, dude.
Unstable viewing angles for Tru Heel Heat. Until we finally got ourselves a camera stand, like smart actual people trying to make a show.
It took us a while to figure out this podcast thing.
It was guerrilla warfare out there, man. We was figuring it out, dude.
Oh man, do you remember there was also an episode of Tru Heel Heat with the three of us where there was a contract signing between you two's match?
Yes.
And somebody had brought a piece of a table to remind them what's gonna happen to them.
Oh yes.
Just seeing us three just brings immediate flashbacks of the old school Tru Heel Heat days. Oh man, them shits was so funny, bro. Like, I don't know.
Like in my studio apartment.
I don't know how we weren't dying.
You went from Top Guy JJ's bedroom to your studio apartment to my job to now we can do it wherever we want, wherever we are.
Remember when you motherfuckers were so loud one day in my apartment and somebody just yelled out, "We can hear you!"
Oh shit! Yes,
classic moment right there.
Y'all on the Upper West Side, man. Y'all can't be getting.
So yeah, we was what was it? What 90? What was it? 85th Street, 87th Street, or something?
Like 100.
100. He was in 100. Yeah, like 102nd. Yo, we are in his place, yo. Because I'm telling you, usually me and SP3 would be so fucking loud, and this is every episode. Somebody just screamed to the top of their lungs, "We can hear you!" And knowing my smart ass, I was like, "So what?"
I remember that.
That didn't stop y'all.
Nope, did not stop us. We didn't even tell Baby Seth to lower the window, at least pull down the window. No, we just kept going. This good old day.
Right now.
This is back for newer subscribers, newer viewers. This is back when we used to do it live on Facebook and then upload it onto YouTube.
Yeah, so it would take me all night. I'd have to convert it to a ProRes file, edit it real fast, upload it.
And that's when we discovered male Karens before Karens were a thing.
This is true.
So y'all know.
The Kens of the world. But yes,
we put in time in these streets, y'all. We put in time in these streets.
Going on 6 years. 6 years of doing this podcast.
6 years strong, goddammit.
6 years strong. Thank you everyone for joining us. Welcome to Tru Heel Heat 213. Remember to drop the thumbs up on the video, share with your friends, subscribe if you are new. Of course, this is the interactive podcast. We love to engage with y'all every single Saturday here on the flagship show. So sound off in the live chat. Of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to help the channel grow, you want to help out the contributors you see on screen, your super chat donations is the best way to do that. And I'll make sure that we highlight your comment. We'll try to get to as many of your comments as possible, but those super chat donations are so important. We got Dolores here who says, please like, share, comment, and please subscribe to the Tru Heel Heat Patreon. Best money you will spend. I love Dolores plugs. Always works for me. We got the Negro Buck. Nick Jackson says it's Saturday morning, and you know what that means. It's time for Tru Heel Heat, baby. Lots to talk about today. Indeed. It is a busy wrestling week and a busy wrestling Saturday. We got Frantic World in the chat saying, what's up, SP3, Top Guy JJ, Johnny, and chat. We Negro Buck says we haven't seen Baby Seth on camera since the anniversary show. It's like you're like very sporadic with your appearances. That was like after like 3-4 years of not being on camera that you were on our anniversary show.
Wait. I was on camera a couple weeks ago. Also, was that the anniversary show?
No, the anniversary show was in August. That was in August.
Okay, that one. Okay, that's all right. That was more than a couple weeks ago. Man.
More than a couple of weeks ago.
Time is flying, bro.
I'm just saying for the viewers, I think it would be a good idea to upload that classic match since it's WrestleMania season with SP3 and Baby Seth. You gotta,
it's like the first video on the channel.
Understand how funny this match was. Like this shit was not. This was high key hilarious.
Your commentary. Your commentary was on point.
This whole chemistry was it was a thing of beauty, man. And
Top Guy JJ worked as the referee and the color commentator and the play-by-play guy. He played 3 roles.
Storyteller. Yeah, that was JR, Gordon Soley. It
was JR, Gordon Soley, Bobby the Brain Heenan, Joey Styles, and he was Earl Hebner all at once.
Yeah, I don't think they need to find it. I think we need to upload it and let them see it fresh.
I will share it. I will share it
so the viewers can see it because, oh man, I don't know what we was thinking 5 years ago.
We destroyed
None
that
of this
house,
shit was
dude.
scripted.
We never got charged though.
We never got charged. We put a hole in a fucking closet in that during when he speared me.
Yeah.
When I missed the spear.
You missed the spear. Like there's literally a hole in the fucking closet. We were like, oh shit.
And I ran into a damn wall.
We're about to get a fat bill in here.
I was willing to run through a wall for the content. That's what I will always say. Bala B saying, what's up, THH crew? We got the Negro Buck with a super chat donation. Thank you so much, good brother. He says, SP3, thoughts on the challenge finale? I will just say, if you watch FMC, my team won again. I have 3 for 3 on the challenge draft. Tori and Devin, congratulations to them. And I'm so happy that Bananas did not win another challenge championship. That's all I'm grateful for. Thank you for allowing me to talk about that, Negro Buck, with that super chat donation. We appreciate that. We also got here in the chat, Negro Buck also saying, go find that match. If you haven't seen it, it's hilarious. It is gold. One of the best matches of WrestleMania 34 weekend. Me and Baby Seth.
Top
and
5.
That's actually not cap.
That's actually not. I got complimented on that match. My selling, I'm gonna show it to the wrestlers that I interview now. That's what I'm gonna do.
You led very well. I remember there was a spot that I was lost, and you did some fucking Okada move on me. You basically did it to me. I wasn't cooperating at all. I was like, oh shit. Okay, now I know where we're at.
He got concussed, ladies and gentlemen. He's trying to tell you.
Yeah.
He got concussed when he split himself open, when he used the blade.
There was some bruises left after that match. There was some blood left after that match.
I was very bruised. We did that right before Raw after WrestleMania, and I remember being sore.
Dumbasses. Like some really dumbasses. Just go have a fucking 20-minute match right before going to try to have a good night.
Hey, we got on Jonathan Coachman's Twitter page that night with Johnny's great drawing of Ronda Rousey pointing at the sign and Ronda main, and we called it. Ronda Rousey was going to main event the following year. We called it a year in advance.
That's true. There's a whole The whole post on it, 360 something days.
You could see stuff here. We predict the future here on Tru Heel Heat, and that's why we enjoy everyone who joins us every week here, supports us on social media, and we start off every show with the Tru Heel Roll Call. Our Tru Heel Trinity on our Facebook page. Coming in at number 3 was Joe Bellini. Coming in at number 2 was Stewie Palmer, and number 1, once again, I think this is like 3 or 4 straight weeks, Alan Weinstein. Alan Weinstein coming in number 1 on the Facebook page. Congratulations once again to that, sir. He's like a year late because you had that bet with him a year ago, Top Guy JJ, where he said he was number 1, and now he's gone like 4 weeks straight.
Yeah, listen, man. That's what happens when you're a fan of the Dallas Cowboys, man. You just get pissed off and just start posting everywhere.
He had to drag his team. Damn.
What happened?
Our Patreon backers, we got to shout out Vala B, ALW, the Negro Buck Dick Jackson, Alex McCarthy, Professor Chris, Austin, You My Boy Blue, Robert, Steve, Antoine, Fifth Generation Carney, Ladarius, John, aka Russell Scopes, Dan, Kobe, Queen Monet, Dolores, John Martin, and DJ Eric. We appreciate each and every one of you of our Patreon backers, and we appreciate everyone joining us for another edition of Tru Heel Heat's flagship podcast. So without further ado, let's get to what we missed and what we missed this week. Well, first, before we get into any wrestling, couple of things we got to note. Of course, this week in professional wrestling, we lost another one of the great ones in the wrestling business, one of the legendary promoters when it comes to professional wrestling. Jerry Jarrett passed away on Tuesday at 80 years old. Jerry Jarrett was the promoter and the booker for the legendary Memphis Wrestling. That was like one of the hottest territories in the 80s. He was also the co-founder of TNA, which is now Impact Wrestling, the cockroach of professional wrestling that never dies, Impact Wrestling. Jerry Jarrett responsible for starting so many different careers, whether it be the stalwarts of Memphis Wrestling like Jerry Lawler, one of our good friends and regular guests, Dutch Mantel, whether it be people like The Rock, Rocky Johnson. So many careers have been affected by Jerry Jarrett. So, our thoughts and prayers to Jeff Jarrett and the Jarrett family for their loss this week. Any comments on Jerry Jarrett? I mean, just alone being a co-founder of TNA, which has impacted so much, pun intended, impacted so many fans throughout the last 20 years. Any comments on him?
Man, I feel like we all caught the tail end of his work here. I mean, it seems like he was more influential during his Memphis days, but influential he was from everything I've been hearing. Like, he popularized music videos, which is something that we grew up with ECW, and WWE eventually took it. He popularized entrance music for the wrestlers, the whole storytelling stuff, personal issues draw, money was a saying he had in his booking office. So, hey, man, to say that he was a wrestling savant would be to understate it. So,
absolutely.
Rest in peace. Hope Jeff's doing good. And one of the things that I find, humorous, just from Bruce Pritchard, something to wrestle with, is his chicken salad recipe and all that stuff. We say that in jest, obviously, but thank you for everything that he's done in the course of his lifetime for the wrestling business.
Yeah. How about you, Top Guy?
Yeah, just in retrospect, right? You hear about all of this stuff that we're into now, like packages and all of these cool little things that we get to experience as wrestling fans. And he seems to be under-noticed by many people in the wrestling world as being one of the OGs and one of the pioneers to this stuff. And what we enjoy today, guys like Jerry had a lot to do with the entertainment we enjoy today. And a lot of times, even when we are growing up and even when we're enjoying it now, we're going to see more people come out like this that is more behind scenes of stuff that we enjoy weekly, monthly, daily. And honestly, I just wish I do hope that we get a more in-depth like say whether it's like a mini documentary, because I'm pretty sure they wouldn't go like all out and do something for like an hour, but I wouldn't mind like a 15-minute like mini doc, so we can all like say like experience everything that he's done, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot more that he's had influence on than what we know today, and those people are going to be running out on us soon. So I just hope that we get to appreciate the OGs while we still can.
Absolutely. They deserve our love. They deserve our respect. So definitely, go out of your way to look up some of that Memphis wrestling stuff like that. That was kind of like a pioneer of a lot of the stuff that you saw, like Johnny said, that we saw in ECW, that we would later see in WWF, that they originated the whole Vince McMahon character. Mr. McMahon character was started in Memphis wrestling. So there's a lot of great stuff that you could see online, whether it be on YouTube, Daily Motion, stuff like that. So go out of your way to see that type of stuff. And like I said, TNA alone, that's one of the main reasons I kept being a fan when I was a teenager, when WWF wasn't
game changer right there. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And could you know how many people you think knows about that creation of the Vince McMahon character? Like how many people?
Dude, so many hidden gems when you go into a rabbit hole on YouTube with
insane.
USWA and Memphis shit. Like, I remember when I first found that, I was like, what is this? What is this? This is Mr. McMahon in 92, 93. What is Macho Man doing here? What is Brett doing here? Like, this
what is
stuff.
Brett and Owen being heels here for? Like,
what is Undertaker fighting New Jack? What is this? Like, what the fuck? And they also had like they extended the ECW versus WWF feud from '97. Like that extended to ECW versus USWA. Like when I found that, I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like it's a whole different world of hidden gems down south, man. Like it's definitely worth taking time out of your day to go into a rabbit hole for that.
Absolutely. But we are here to bring some positivity for a loss in the wrestling world. And of course, we want to shout out a place that we are sponsoring actually this weekend. Warrior Wrestling tonight has their huge show, Warrior Wrestling 28, where Tru Heel Heat will be the special sponsor for the Lucha Championship match, with Vikingo defending against Aramis, Arrow Boy, and Black Taurus. It's available tonight starting at I believe 7 p.m. Eastern time on Pro Wrestling TV. So go out of your way, check that out. If you could fit it in with all the other wrestling going down, with 3 other huge shows going down. But we want to thank Warrior Wrestling. It's been a great partnership. They have so much tremendous wrestling. So even if you're not able to watch it live tonight, you could watch it on demand over the weekend. Warrior Wrestling has some of the best wrestlers in the world, including Sam Adonis, who we had an interview that dropped earlier this week with Sam Adonis, talking about his time in AAA, how the AAA and CMLL, as we like to call it, the Bloods and Crips of professional wrestling, caused him to lose out on an opportunity in New Japan Pro Wrestling. So a lot of good stuff in that interview. So check out Tru Heel's BTR Between the Ropes with Sam Adonis that we dropped earlier this week. But let's get into what we missed, and we are going to start off with WWE Smackdown, and this was the Sami Zayn show. Sami Zayn ended off the show with one of the very best go home segments that I remember in recent WWE history. Sami Zayn coming out, guys, 2 worlds apart. His original theme, put it in my veins. It gave me so much life in front of his hometown.
How much did they pay CFOs for that? How much?
CFO got the bag, and they should get the bag. That hometown crowd in Montreal went crazy, and so did we here on the Tru Heel Heat YouTube channel. If you don't believe me, here's a clip from Friday Night.
It happened, yeah! Shut the fuck up, Romeo! Let's fucking go! I'm behind, you bastards!
Well, I had to shut y'all up so y'all can hear it.
Amazing.
Awesome.
I'll see it in 40 more seconds.
Oh, the chant too. Oh my God.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Yes. You took me back to 2015. Thank you.
Sami Zayn has come out to his old theme.
Sammy, you saw Sammy bust his ass on that rope.
I missed.
He almost had another incident like when he debuted.
Yo, he can't. You gotta stay away from that side of the ring because he tears his shoulder. He almost ends his own life. Like you gotta.
He gets too hyped.
Yeah, my man will bust his ass coming up that damn rope.
You gotta do Cody Roman at Mania.
If Kofi would have went to Africa at that time, man, that crowd would have lost it.
Oh my! I'm telling you, this is.
You mean Jamaica?
Like...
that Thomas.
That would like if they were back in old pay-per-view days of like if I was like, oh, am I gonna spend $50?
That would sell. That would sell.
Sold it.
That would sell $50 for sure.
That is the best go-home segment to a pay-per-view WWE has done in probably a decade.
You wasn't even watching a decade ago.
He said probably. No, he didn't say probably.
I said probably.
How do you say motherfucker in French Canadian again?
Fuck is tabarnak.
Tabarnak. I thought it was motherfucker.
But yes, as you see, everyone loved Worlds Apart coming back. He got a huge reaction from the hometown crowd in Montreal that even brought him to tears. And yes, he did then say, tomorrow, you're in my house, motherfucker, in French. Great stuff. We heard motherfucker in French on Fox TV. That's what I'm talking about. This show also featured Gunther beating Madcap Moss to retain the Intercontinental Championship. You had Bray Wyatt interrupt a Hit Row appearance and a performance alongside Uncle Howdy. They laid them out before Bray told whoever wins Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley at Elimination Chamber needs to run. So apparently we're setting up WrestleMania with Bray versus the winner of Brock versus Bobby. Then Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler coming out in black and white geese, defeating Shotzi and Natalya in a pretty good opener. This was like the best effort I've seen from Ronda Rousey in months. And then we had probably the match of the night on either show between SmackDown and Rampage, Drew McIntyre and Sheamus defeating the Viking Raiders in a great television bout. But everyone is talking about Sami Zayn's return home. Top Guy JJ, just an emotional moment. And like I said, one of the very best go-home segments. After that reaction, do you think WWE is thinking twice about what they're going to do tonight at Elimination Chamber?
Oh my God. Do you know when you watch something and you love every second of it and then hate every second at the same time? Is because I don't have belief that they're going to do it. And it's like, this is the closest face reaction to Daniel Bryan since Daniel Bryan. Like, there is no face in the game that has garnered the following and the love, and just even when you're a part of this heel group, you are the face of the group. And I don't know if it's enough. Like, we do a prediction show, I'm fucking picking them because I don't give a fuck if I lose. It's like, hopefully one day they actually do it. It's like, hopefully one day they actually do it. It might not be in my lifetime, but I'm hoping it's going to be in my lifetime. Because not one single Roman Reigns promo, and as much as a fan of the Tribal Chief as I am, not one of his fucking promos in his entire career had that reaction.
It had the opposite reaction when we were in Orlando.
When we went the night after WrestleMania and he couldn't talk for almost 10 minutes. And he ended it with 3 words. Actually 4, because he used now.
Yes.
So I just don't understand. I won't understand it when they don't pull the trigger. Because they're not. And I loved listen, man. Hearing Worlds Apart, like, shit. Like, Man, there's not too many moments where you like genuinely like get hyped and turn your TV like all the way up. This was one of them because I already knew what this fucking crowd was gonna do with that shit. Like and obviously I felt like the tears were real. The promo was just everything was just so authentic, and it just pains me at times to believe that like this is the peak. Like this is the peak, and the peak will be over in a matter of 12 hours. And that's, it's almost like, not saying I can't live with that, but it's almost like it sucks to feel that there is a massive possibility, more than likely a spoiler, that this is the peak of Sami Zayn when he deserves so much more.
Not many times I say this, but I 100% agree with top guy JJ here. Johnny, Baby Seth, if you had the pen, would you be changing your decision after that reaction that Sami Zayn got last night?
This is a weird position for WWE, at least from the last 2 decades. Like, they have 3 ways to go with this thing, right? With Roman, with Cody, with Sami, and it's like they're all popular in their own way. But right now feels like the moment for Sami for sure. Like everything's lining in place. I feel like people felt that way back in September when they were in Cardiff, also for Drew, right? So
yeah.
And one way they went the way of like, no, just hammering Roman Reigns through, right? And right now we just finished 900 days, right, of him as the champ. So one way they could go is like, no, Roman Reigns is going to smash him, just power through to WrestleMania. Then we see where we're at with Cody. So it's like they're juggling 3 different directions where they could go, and they could all be correct, right? But they have to play this extremely delicately. If I had the book, man, I'm glad I don't have the book. I'm no Pat Patterson. I'm no Jerry Jarrett. I would not know what to do here, man. Like, they get paid the big bucks. They fucking take care of it correctly. Make me happy.
Make us happy. That's all we have.
I don't know what I want, man. Like, right now I want Sami Zayn. Yeah, it's because I'm in the moment. I'm stuck in the moment right here. But what's long term? Like, if back in September, I was like, dude, if Drew won, it would have been great. If he at least got one of the belts off of him, it would have been great. But the fact that he didn't, I like where we're in this bloodline thing with Sami and everyone, and I'm loving it. Probably better than what it would have been that if Drew had won. So
yeah, I agree. They had an out then, though. They had the money in the bank and a dumbass Austin Theory who could have cashed in on one title, and you could have had Drew.
That was another direction they could have gone in. But again, they kept the course with Roman, and that's the question: are they going to keep the course with Roman? I understand that now, like, Sammy's segments are doing good numbers, his merch sales are doing great numbers, all that stuff. But again, is that prisoner of the moment type thinking?
But here's my thing, right? Is that it doesn't have to last very long. This can go a matter of 6 more weeks.
I said last night on the SmackDown review over on Sportskeeda, I said, you have Sam. If I had the book, you have Sami Zayn win tonight, and then do the finish you want to do on Raw, because Raw's in Canada. If you want the heat in Canada and you want to get heat and you want Roman to walk out, you could do the Attitude Era booking of give Sami his moment and then take it right back and do the finish that gets you to Sami and KO versus the Usos and Roman versus Cody. And you could even have Cody, you could change course. Don't have the Usos get involved. Don't have the Bloodline get involved. Don't have Kevin Owens. Maybe Kevin Owens comes out at the end, but you have Cody be the one that costs Roman the title tonight.
Yeah, you know what? And
he's a little out of character for Cody right now.
Why not Sami?
He was motivating Roman Sami on Monday.
Yeah,
so.
On Monday, yeah.
No, he was motivating Sami, but not to cost Roman the title is what I'm saying. Like, he's not going to interfere.
So, like, why not Sami Zayn? Why not Sami Zayn pull it off tonight? Like, it's like, why not pull it off tonight? And the WWE can finagle their way to keeping Roman Reigns in the main event title picture and making it a triple threat match. Like, why? It's like you can give Sami Zayn 6 weeks. You can give him 6 weeks. The company ain't gonna fucking crumble if he holds your strap for 6 weeks and your tribal chief is still in the main event. Like, I'm just saying, like, we've had triple threat main events before. It's not like this shit is old. Not like this shit is like, oh my god, groundbreaking.
But
like,
we've had many triple threats.
It's the domino effect. But it's the domino effect, I think, that is the main thing that will stop WWE from doing this, is because what's Kevin Owens, what's the Usos then going to do at WrestleMania, Sami Zayn, if you just make it a triple threat?
I think this is bigger for Sami Zayn than a tag team finish.
I personally, I've stuck by this. I've said this to a couple of people, and I've said it on here. I don't think Cody Rhodes should beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania because, like I've been saying, it's about Cody winning the title more than him ending the reign. I think that Sami Zayn is the correct guy to win. I don't necessarily think it needs to happen tonight, but if it happens after WrestleMania, after Roman, they make their money on the 1,000-day Roman Reigns title reign.
That's what I was going to say.
And then Sami beats him. I would be perfectly fine with that. It feels all manufactured for Cody Rhodes to win at WrestleMania if Roman wins tonight and then he loses to Cody
we
at
know
WrestleMania.
This is WWE style. They literally manufacture people to, like, this is literally what they've done this with Batista. They've done this with Randy Orton. They've done this with fucking Brock Lesnar. How many times? They've done this with Stone Cold Steve Austin. They force this shit in your fucking throat. And you're going to have to either fucking hate it or you're going to love it. Like, there's no, I feel like there's not been many sensible things except the insertion of Daniel Bryan in WrestleMania 30 that has made sense. Like, they just go with the moment, and I don't understand if they don't see it, how there is a bigger moment than that man having a moment tonight.
Well, our stand-in Chrissy, the real princess of the Tru Heels, is here. Miss Chrissy Love has
Hey guys, he should stay. John, you should stay. It's been a while.
I got some backstage work to do, man.
He does have backstage work to do.
Fine,
I just wanted to get to one super chat and talk about one of the news that are coming around that came after SmackDown before Johnny. We let Johnny go. We do have a super chat donation here from Vala B. Thank you so much, Vala B. We always appreciate that. Saying Sammy's return was worlds apart, man. It doesn't matter what they do with it, just do it well and make it make sense.
Right.
Yeah, that's all that really needs to be done. But unfortunately, guys,
I don't want him to win.
That's a lot of trust.
Whoa,
that's a lot. That is a lot of trust in Triple H, which I mean, he hasn't been that great.
I don't think that's a good lot. You should take your trust away from him. I'm sorry, friend.
Well, here's a feather in their hat. Okay. They made the Royal Rumble work.
They did. No, you're right. The Royal Rumble was actually surprising.
Hella afraid of, like, oh, if Sami doesn't win, we riot, right? But they made it work.
They smartly had Cody at number 30 because they knew he was the only person that wouldn't get booed at the number 30 spot. So, and they set it up with the pre-show with saying that Roman was going to have Sami by his side the whole night.
Right. To watch him, basically.
Unfortunately, Sami Zayn's welcome home and the Worlds Apart theme coming back was not the talk of last night. Let's talk about the talk of last night, which just happened to be Ariel Helwani and Tony Khan, because combat sports journalist Ariel Helwani showed up on WWE Smackdown this week.
Oh.
Yes, the same Ariel Helwani who went out publicly last year after an interview with Tony Khan, where he called it the worst interview he's ever done, and he called out Tony Khan for the fact that he would not answer his questions about CM Punk. The same Ariel Helwani who also interviewed who also interviewed Triple H around the same time and didn't ask not one question even around Vince McMahon and all the trouble that Vince McMahon was going through. He's the same Ariel Helwani that when he bashed Tony Khan for the interview, he also bashed AEW fans, calling them AEW freakazoids. He was on WWE Smackdown.
So he's a troll. He's a fuckboy. Okay, great, got it.
And Tony Khan was nothing too pleased and called.
I wouldn't be either. Yes, absolutely.
When he put out a tweet and it said, "You're a fraud."
Yep.
Ariel Helwani. You're as legitimate of a reporter.
Away from this little stupid thing and say, "Hey, boo, how are you?"
They didn't give me a chance to say hey to you, boo. Hi, miss you.
What's going on? I don't know about all this fuckery going on in the middle of our box here, but what's going on? This dude is a fuckboy, like you said. Listen, man, why were you talking about this clown?
This is really
Tony Khan said, "You're as legitimate of a reporter as at Tony Schiavone." Hashtag AEW.
Now, don't disrespect Tony Schiavone like that.
Tony Schiavone is a commentator,
right.
He's a ring announcer, he's an interviewer. He's never claimed to be a reporter. Ariel Helwani has. So that's what he's trying to say.
Oh, go ahead. Okay.
But Ariel Helwani had a response. And,
what did he say? What did he say?
Oh boy, he had a response. He says, "Thanks for watching, old friend. Can't wait for our next chat. Also, don't listen to the snowman. Schiavone, you're a legend in my books." Yes, he called out Tony Khan for being a cokehead, ladies and gentlemen. He called out Tony Khan for being a cokehead, which Tony Khan responded with good luck on your unbiased journalism. So
they got clapbacks and on Friday at late. Sheesh.
So before we let Johnny go, what do you think about this whole beef? All I will say is I said it on my Twitter page, and I got people coming at me on both sides because I saw people favoring Tony Khan in this situation. I saw people favoring Ariel Helwani in this situation, and I said overall, this is the first ever double knockout in a Twitter beef that I ever see. Both guys got kicked in the dick and held an L at the end of the night, in my opinion. What do you think? What do you think, Johnny?
It feels like a conflict of interest if this dude who's like a respected combat sports journalist, but he's making appearances for WWE, right? And then when you do see his interviews, he's doing soft blows, soft jabs to Triple H, but he's trying to get to the meat of the matter with TK, knowing that it's an ongoing legal battle. And I believe TK came out after that interview and said that he told him beforehand that he couldn't really comment much or anything at all about that matter, given the legal ramifications of it all. So I understand it from that side. Absolutely. There is a conflict of interest there, seemingly. But
clearly he's a WWE guy.
Yeah. I mean, clearly, if I'm going to make an analogy here, he's like Tucker Carlson and WWE is the Republican White House or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it's just an extended arm of that. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it feels like. But TK also needs better bedside manner, and we've known this for the last couple of years. So he needs to act like you'll never see Vince on Twitter, fucking. You know what I mean? And I hate to applaud the man, but now that he's gone. It's like you see some of the stuff that he did, some of his styles and management, and you see that, like, yeah, TK, you could take after that a little.
Oh boy. Well, Johnny, thank you for joining us early on, sir. I know you got to do your work backstage. We love
Tag me in whenever, man. I'm here.
Yes.
We love you always.
Love you. Sam, which housewives do you Twitter about? I'm curious to know because I am a housewife connoisseur myself, so we need to talk later. That's sidebar. Sorry.
Okay.
She actually just said something in the comments. You didn't post it. That's why.
I know. I was highlighting comments. You could have waited for me to get to that one.
Okay, well, it was the last one there. I'm sorry.
I'm out, dogs.
See you, Johnny. Well, we do have a super chat donation once again from the good brother Vala B. He says, "Look, I don't trust neutered Paul on a lot of things."
Wow, not neutered Paul. Sheesh.
Yes. This I have some confidence in. He has done well with the bloodline angle. All jokes aside, I will give him credit on that. It was already set. The table was already set for him.
It was already exactly. He just came in. Right.
but he put the things in the right position. The table setting, he improved the table setting just a little bit.
You're right.
Added an ingredient to the pasta and the food we were eating, and he did well with what was already set up for him. I'm just waiting for him to, create his own thing to do instead of his go-to booking thing of Vince didn't do this, so I'm gonna try to do it better. I need him
all
to
the
stop
people
that.
He's brought over, and they're still like lost in the sauce.
I said it last night on the review.
I know,
I was like, 95% of the people he re-signed.
I watched it. I was there. Yep.
He has completely shit the bed with. So but I will give him credit with the blood. I think there's not much you can do to not do this whole bloodline angle well. But Chrissy Love, we love seeing you. You're getting some love in the chat as well from CM.
Friends. Thank you.
Love to hear her.
Oh yeah, I actually need to get it done over, friends. It's about that time. It might be a different look next week. Hi, Frantic. Hello. Good morning or afternoon to you all. Love you all. How's everyone doing?
We are happy to see you, but
happy to see you guys. The gang is together. Oh my God!
I know.
Hugs. Oh.
I think that was the first time that all four of us, producer Johnny as well, were all on camera together. Look at that. Love.
Right.
That, I guess we getting some history on February. What the fuck is it? 17th,
February 18th.
18th?
February 18th, 2022.
This stupid ass Valentine's week had me in a fucking time loop.
Why? You forgot what day that it came on? I'm confused. Everyone knows what day February 14th coming.
It technically fell on a Tuesday.
So it's usually during the week. When's the last time you had it on the weekend? I'll wait.
I'm just talking about that day in general. It's like it's literally it's a very busy time frame of personal and professional, and it just all culminates into one big fucking shit show of a fucking week because it is. So I'm one of the people of the corporate. I don't like corporate America throwing a heart in your face and saying that this is what you need to do on this day.
Yeah, I don't like. Yes, I agree.
Why the fuck can I buy heart themed gifts in fucking May or in fucking June? Like it's only got to be that little time frame between January 3rd and February 14th. That's my time frame to show you that I love you. So.
Well, I do want to ask Chrissy, what do you think about this, as I call it, the double knockout Twitter beef of Ariel Helwani and Tony Khan, the snowman?
When I seen him in the crowd, I was like, this dude looks familiar, but I'm like, why on earth do they want to they have someone just because I was like, now you want to have a special person in the crowd in Canada, one. You're making a big deal. Like, you didn't do that when you was on Raw on Monday at the Barclays, just saying.
You ain't have Jay-Z in the crowd.
They probably can't afford Jay-Z, but anywho.
Could have had Victor Perry. He was in the crowd. Could have had the wrestling club. Could have had the wrestling club be like, we back in Barclays Center with the kids and stuff. They ain't do all that.
They had us all the way up in the top area. But that's a different story.
Chrissy salty about what tickets they got.
Then they won't let me come back. See, that was supposed to be behind the scenes. SP, you just
yellow going to Raw with the $15 tickets.
See, stop. You're not gonna do this. You're not gonna do this. Stop it.
You can totally edit. You can totally edit this part out when it goes.
CM says Ariel is a cokehead too, though.
I'm about to say, see what I was supposed to ask me was that. Okay, one, I was like, who is this man? Why is he here on Friday? Why are you guys making this a big deal? You don't make any other SmackDown a big deal. You didn't make the Royal Rumble before the Friday before Royal Rumble a big deal. Now, because we're in Canada and this is the venue, you want to make this a big deal. So I'm like, oh, okay, who is this guy? I was like, he looks familiar, but I was like, he's not necessary. He looks corny. But then I didn't know about the Twitter beef, and I'm like, he probably did coke with Tony right after the damn interview. So I'm like,
that's the only reason you know.
That's exactly. You was at the party. You seen the party. SP. He was probably at one of the fucking parties.
I ain't divulged that information about partying with Tony Khan and the AEW crew. Even if Tony says something wrong about me, I ain't going to expose his addictions or his hobbies. That's a different type of story. But this is the same Ariel. I didn't also mention that this is the same Ariel Helwani that lied about working with UFC and wound up getting fired because of it.
So in theory, Ariel, so in theory, in these streets that we talk about, Ariel is a snitch. In these streets,
no. The main crime that Ariel Helwani did, even back when he had that whole rant about the Tony Khan interview, which he was right, it was a bad interview. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it was a good interview. Is he did the fatal crime of not keeping the same fucking energy.
Yeah,
he did not have the same energy with Triple H that he did with Tony Khan. He did not have the same energy with AEW fans that he had with WWE fans. He tried to make WWE fans better than AEW fans, which I am not for. I don't like to be grouped in as an AEW fan. I don't like to be grouped in as a WWE fan. I don't like to be grouped as a New Japan fan. I'm a fan of professional wrestling. If it's good, I'm going to compliment it. I'm going to praise it. If it's bad, it's bad. That interview was bad. So he is totally fine to say the interview was bad. He didn't want to answer my questions. All that is all fine and dandy. But you did not keep the same energy with Triple H. So you probably shouldn't have even went on that rant. And then you made it about the fans and bad-mouthing people, fans because of how they responded to you. And your softball questions to Triple H in comparison to trying to come at Tony Khan for something that he told you he couldn't talk about. And you was like, well, I didn't ask that. I asked around it. I asked if CM Punk was going to... That's the same thing, bro.
It's the same foolishness.
Dumbass. It's like people are just... people are different kinds of stupid in this day and age. Like, the man, if you're told up front you can't talk about something, and you even mention it in subject matter or subject line, it's still the same fucking question. But you ain't gonna ask Triple H about Vince. You ain't gonna ask Triple H about all the fucking scandals that Vince has been a part of for God knows how many fucking years and how much money that Vince McMahon cost the WWE by losing all of them millions for getting his dick wet. He ain't getting asked them shits, right? But you're gonna sit here and ask shit that's gonna put Tony Khan on blast. So I completely agree with you here, and this is crazy because we've agreed for about an hour already.
I know this is they're getting all types of first on this episode. We got our homie Professor Chris, Easy Attack from the NWA podcast in the chat. He says I'm cool with Ariel. I know he's done some work with Ariel for WrestleNomics. He says we ain't best friends or anything like that, but he's being honest. He's like, I think that Ariel is full of shit. Yes, like I respect Ariel and everything he's done with combat sports journalism, despite everything that went down with UFC. So I am not taking it into account. I'm not saying that he's a fraud. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying your biggest fatal crime was you did not keep the same energy, and you did not have to go on that rant after not keeping the same energy. It's like you doubled down on the L by making that rant. And then you doubled down on the L yesterday by showing your fandom for WWE.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
And the big thing that I put on other things, that the big thing is you will never see Adrian Wojnarowski at Madison Square Garden with a Knicks hat on with a Knicks microphone interviewing Knicks fans. You will never see Adam Scheffler with the Jets hat at MetLife Stadium, like, oh yeah, we're just really happy to be here as Jets fans, because they are journalists. You do not do that. It's just how it works.
It's just trollism at its finest. Get him, and we're probably gonna have to see his ass tonight too, which he'll probably be there in the crowd. Like we need, and I like the whole in the crowd thing. I think it's actually cool. He just had keep the same energy. If we're gonna incorporate this in the show, do it for Royal Rumble. Don't just do it because you're in Canada. Is he Canadian too? Is that what it is?
Yeah, he's from Montreal.
Fucking trolls. Never mind. Don't
We got
don't
the
even,
good brother, King of the
forget it.
North,
Just forget it.
in the chat. He says Ariel Helwani with the WWE branded mic in his hand, mixed with all the other stuff in the past 5 months, is kind of We got Chase, our good friend Chase Oliver. He says, here to defend my boy Ariel Helwani. I'm gonna tell you, Chase, you are not gonna get your dick sucked, and you're not gonna get a check in the mail from Ariel Helwani. So I would pump the brakes. He's saying 10-7. He thinks Heel Helwani won the round on Twitter. Like I said, it's a double L. It's a double. I never said he got fired from UFC. I said he was working with UFC when he worked with another company and he got fired from that other company. See, this is why I said people sometimes get their emotions out of check and they start. That's exactly what I said. I didn't reference the company, Chase, but you're literally just echoing what I said and you're mishearing me because you're stuck in your fandom.
No, I'm used to that.
Exactly.
I'm used to the selective hearing from folks.
we got Kaden in the chat. Kaden, the MJF gum conductor, as we will get to. Kaden with the super chat donation says Ariel fell right into Tony's trap. Keep the energy. Couldn't say it better.
Right, because he didn't have to even say anything. He didn't have to answer him. He could have just been silent. But no, you just had to go and answer him. So that makes you just as guilty. And you like SP, you both got L's.
And I told people on our live stream yesterday when they were getting upset because they're Ariel Helwani fans. I was like, don't fall for the work. You're gonna get worked. You're getting worked if you're falling for this Tony Khan tweet. And like Vala B says, bringing in Shiavone kind of made it a lighthearted joke. Yeah, exactly. If he had put you're a forward Ariel Helwani, then I could see responding
right.
and being upset. But he threw in Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone is
I don't even think Tony was really. I don't even think Tony was really that mad. He was just saying, "Oh, okay." He was just calling you just for being like, just a hypocrite. But it's fine, And he threw it as a little joke, like, "Hey, I see you for who you are. Great, little light shade." And then he kept it pushing. No, you want to call him a snowman, like he's Jeezy.
Hey, easy. I love it. I love it every single time. King of the North saying Vince McMahon is literally back with power in the company. Yes, and you had a mic of WWE, my friend. It's like you didn't see the problem. You didn't think that people were gonna come at y'all.
This is where you insert that Shawn Michaels gif of Ariel's love.
And Katie says, calling him snowman, that's below the belt.
It was. Like, come on.
Yeah. I ain't gonna make fun of nobody's issues or habits or hobbies, to each his own.
He's obviously a functioning one, so let him be.
Yeah. And like I said at the beginning, because I know people like Chase did not come at the beginning. Tony didn't win. Ariel didn't win. It's a double knockout. It's basically, you remember Top Guy JJ 2018, the AJ Styles Shinsuke Nakamura match in Saudi Arabia when they both kicked each other in the dick and it was a draw. That's what happened on Twitter. They both got kicked in the dick.
And that was horrible.
Ariel Helwani got his whole job.
That was horrible. That
was one of absolutely awful.
And Tony Khan is not acting like a CEO of a company should act. So both of them got kicked in the dick, double knockout, and everyone should just be laughing, not defending either one of these fools for how they behaved last night on Twitter.
Fools.
Anyway, got me riled up already. During Tuesday's edition of Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer commented on Triple H's booking of the WWE product heading into WrestleMania 39 this year. According to Meltzer, Triple H has not made many changes in the booking going back the last few months. Meltzer noted that WWE has not been changing plans. He stated, and I quote, almost everything that I've heard, in fact, everything that I've heard months back, there have been changes from months back, but I would say a month back, everything happened exactly the same as planned. This contracts with WWE heading into WrestleMania 38 last year when Vince McMahon was still in charge of the creative product as chairman and CEO. Meltzer noted that last year, every single week, there would be something tweaked in some way. Not big changes, but there'd be tweaked stuff. Now there hasn't been. How this might affect the current plans heading into Elimination Chamber tonight and WrestleMania 39 remains to be seen. Currently, Roman Reigns faces Sami Zayn in the main event of tonight's show, while Cody Rhodes will presumably go on to face the winner at WrestleMania 39. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, the original plan for Zayn at tonight's show is similar to what many fans believed it was. The plan, which was written many months back, was for Zayn to lose. Jey Uso would then turn on him, leading to Zayn and Kevin Owens versus the Usos at WrestleMania. However, it was noted that WWE is in an interesting situation now, as Zayn has become very over with live fans. More than that, he's now a major TV ratings mover. It was noted that while names like John Cena and Bray Wyatt have popped numbers, as did Reigns versus Matt Riddle last summer on SmackDown, SmackDown has been consistently up whether Reigns appears on the show or not, and quarters featuring Zayn have consistently been up. So we asked the question earlier to the panel here. Chrissy Love, you weren't here, so I'm going to ask you now. Do you think Triple H should pull an audible tonight in Montreal and put the title on Sami Zayn?
No, absolutely not. Hell no. Please don't.
Damn, hell no. Why are you
because I don't feel like he needs a belt. He doesn't need it. He's popular because of where he's come from. Like he's gotten here just by his name. I don't think a belt can make you even more popular. That's just my opinion. When you start putting belts on people, it kind of dumbs them down. Liv Morgan, Big E, things like that. Those things make their names.
I can't agree with when you said Big E. I was like,
no, you lost me with the Big E.
I mean,
that's their fault. That's not them watering down Big E. I was like, no, that's their fault.
Okay, well, meaning that's their fault. The person was popular already. They did not need I'm happy Big E is a champ. He was a champion. He had a good run, but he didn't really have a good run.
That's what ruined
the reason. The run. Big E would be in a much better position if they had booked that title run.
The run was
It wasn't putting the title on and watered him down. It was the fact that he got the title, and it was just about the moment. They never followed it up.
Right, and I feel like that's what they want. They want the moment. They want a moment like he got a moment yesterday. It's great. It's fine. You don't need another one. You got a good moment at Royal Rumble. You don't need. I think it would be a horrible mistake if they did it. I'm sorry.
That's an opinion.
Yeah, I mean, right. That's why we all have.
In theory, right? So why do you think it was so important 9 years ago when Daniel Bryan needed to get that achievement? Because he was.
Honestly, I don't remember because I didn't watch it live, so that's why.
Because he was chasing an achievement for basically his career.
That wasn't a Daniel Bryan stand, so I'm not. My question is going to be biased.
Okay, I'm not a Daniel Bryan. I'm not a Bryan Danielson stand either. But it's just it's in this game. In this
and that's great, and I love him. I like him now. I think he's much better character-wise. I think he's more himself now than he was when he was over in WWE. I like him more now, and that's sad to say because he was good when he was. Matter of fact, no, I liked him when he had the hemp belt because that was stupid.
The plant champion, yes, that was.
Yeah, I liked that. The plant champion. I thought that was dumb and stupid, but I was there for it. But nevertheless,
it was incredible.
It was, yeah. The belt was stupid, but it was still
one title at a time.
Right, one at a time. I'm just trying to keep the same energy now. Yeah, it's for the moment. I think they're trying to captivate the moments at the time, and that's all fine and well. We can all have moments, but they're only a moment. It's only a moment for a reason. It's not a reign. Roman is a reign. This is a reign. This has been long. He should get the 1,000 days and then take it off him and let him go home and rest. Well, Nick, that's what I'm here for, people. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you my opinion. You asked me, I'm going to give it to you. Now,
I mean,
it's just you want Sami to win tonight. Is that what you're saying, friend?
I'm saying,
and now is the title both titles on the line?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, no, we can't do that. No, see, you want him to. So you want Sami to win both titles tonight?
If I'm gonna be allowed to finish,
Johnny, take him off the screen, please. Take him off. Take him off now. I love you, Boom, but no, take him off.
Oh no, I'll leave myself. The fuck?
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it.
What are you doing? We do have a super chat donation here from Professor Chris.
Hi,
Come
Professor
back,
Chris.
Top Guy JJ.
Yes, come back. Come back, friend. Come back. Come back in.
Professor Chris with a super chat donation. Thank you so much, good brother. He says,
Let him in. Come on, what are you doing? Let him back in. Now switch us back. Put me back on the bottom. Let's switch it.
Professor Chris says, I think that Ariel's interview with TK was bad because of Ariel, not because of anything TK did. Ariel should have moved on to another topic with TK. Real simple, SMH. Yeah, like I agree. I definitely agree with that point. I've been in interviews with wrestlers that weren't giving me much, and I knew it was probably because of the question I asked or how I asked it, and I moved away from it and tried to go an angle that I can get something out of the interview. It's all about adjustments with interviews, and even if the interview was bad, I will tell one of my friends, I will tell my inner circle, I will tell y'all. I'm not gonna come on Tru Heel Heat and be like, oh, I hated this interview. You and all the fans of the interviewee, oh, you are freakazoids. All of that was nonsense. I was just like, that was embarrassing. If you are a fan of Ariel Helwani, I would be embarrassed after that whole rant.
So back to JJ.
Now I'm gonna rightfully answer this fucking question.
Yeah,
okay?
I want you to answer the question. I want you to please explain to us or me. No, you already told SP already. Please tell me why you feel that Sami Zayn is the rightful person to end this reign tonight. Go.
For 6 weeks,
seconds.
it is. For 6 weeks, it is. And I ain't taking no 60 seconds. I'm going to look at my little clock. I'm going to take way more than that. So, the reason I'm giving is because if you can recollect to me and correct me on who has been the most popular non-champion babyface in the WWE since Daniel Bryan. I didn't bring up the comparison of stories and how it was a crowning achievement that he's chasing. Sami Zayn is
he wasn't even looking for the belt until like a month ago. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Gee, you want me to leave the screen and then you ask me a question and don't even let me finish. I know. Listen, I love you to death, and I love when you dominate. But sheesh, like you gave me 60 seconds and didn't even give me 50.
I'm sorry. I'm going on mute. Okay.
No. This is the shit. Which is the shit we've dealt with for fucking 6 years on this show. Why you think I take sabbaticals and leave like Brock Lesnar? Can't even answer can't even answer questions on this shit.
Made her go black. Go ahead, Top Guy.
Again, we all have is wrestling opinions. And I have not seen a wrestler that is a babyface that is as popular as Sami Zayn is today on the WWE roster. That is not just, it feels organic. It is an organic love for Sami Zayn. And we already know if he doesn't get a moment, it ain't never coming. Like he ain't here for a long time. He's got to be here for a good time and for a crowning achievement when he can get it. At the end of the day, this is Sami Zayn we're talking about. Like this is not somebody that, oh my God, people's been pounding the fucking pavement for Sami Zayn to get a push. Sami Zayn made this fucking push. Sami Zayn made these fucking people love him. This ain't nothing that was forced down anybody's throat. This was all him. And to not award him for that, to me, is going to be basic WWE shit when they make Cody Rhodes the champion on April 1st or April 2nd at WrestleMania, because neither way, Roman Reigns ain't hitting 1,000 days.
Unfortunately,
it ain't happening.
You're right.
Not with Cody Rhodes in the picture.
Seems like Cody's going to stop the 1,000-day t-shirts. We do have a super chat donation from Ariel Helwani, a defense attorney.
Thank you for allowing me to answer my question.
Chilling with Chase. Big super chat donation. So we appreciate Chase and Ariel Helwani's check. He says, from that Ariel Helwani check, I don't care. Both are mad goofy. There you go. Now you're on the right path. Yes, both Ariel Helwani and Tony Khan came off very goofy in their back and forth. No 10-7.
Hey, you know what?
Double kick to the nuts.
Thank you for a piece of that check. You know what I mean?
Yes, we appreciate it.
They like to lowball us fans anyway, so you probably sent them a check of $100.
Absolutely. We got Chilling with Chase also saying, Danny O'Brien, for me, JJ was a different story because he was being screwed over on TV and real life. Sami, it was different because you can argue his real antagonist is Jey Uso, not Roman Reigns.
Well, yeah. I think I addressed that earlier because I think I saw that point and I was like, I'm not comparing the stories of the upbringing. I'm comparing the organic popularity of the two.
Yes.
Not the stories, because they're nowhere near the same.
No, not at all. Frantic Royal says, is Triple H putting himself in a corner with the bloodline, Cody, KO, and Sami booking? He may, I don't know, but he may fight himself out of the corner. Who knows? I'm willing to wait and see what happens from here. We got Professor Chris who says, I'm kind of with Chrissy. I think that WWE needs to stay par the course, Roman, and tell whatever story they want to tell with him. I don't know if an audible is necessary, but my mind can be changed.
That's fair, and it's fair points. And I think you have that side of the coin, and I'm like I'm almost on part of that side of wanting to see 1,000 days because I haven't seen it in my lifetime. So it would be nice to actually witness it, but how are they gonna get through April 1st or April 2nd? How are they going to get through that?
It puts Roman in rarefied air. We got Vala B who says, with a super chat donation, thank you once again, good sir. He says, also, I'm going to say I disagree with Sid over the whole Cody should lose at Mania. Regardless what happens, this peaks at Mania. If you don't end it there, it's not going to be as hot. Story greater than 1,000 days. The story is Cody winning the title. The story is not about Roman's reign ending. That's like, it's not. It's two separate stories that they are converging together. If they want to make Cody the champion, that's all fine and dandy. I'm just saying it feels very manufactured and just paint by the numbers. The way they happens.
What happens 2 months after WrestleMania? Money in the Bank. Cody Rhodes can cash in the title at any time during SummerSlam season. That would just make it. It's called finish the story. It doesn't say finish the story at WrestleMania.
It never says that.
Finish the story. And
like
at some
the whole
point
of Money in the Bank is like he failed at WrestleMania. So you know what? The story is Cody eventually winning the title. That's his whole purpose of coming back here. He don't care who has the title. And that's the point that we're trying to make. He just wants that title. He don't care who have it. He don't care how long they had it. He don't care who he has to go through. It's his push to get to that point. So with that story, he loses at WrestleMania. Damn, one fail. Now I have to get Money in the Bank. Okay. He wins Money in the Bank. Great. Now don't tell us that you're gonna. I hate when they tell people when they're gonna cash in because it doesn't make it a good cash in. It's just corny.
No, I want him to do the I'll tell you when I'm gonna cash in because like I said last week, Chrissy, I didn't tell Top Guy JJ, but I'll say it here. You have Cody win Money in the Bank because he was supposed to win it last year. If he didn't have the black titty, he would have won it last year. So you have him win Money in the Bank in the UK. Then he does the Cody Express on the way to SummerSlam in Detroit.
Put Liberty,
30 years ago,
put Liberty on the bus, on the side of the bus.
With the American Nightmare logo.
Yes, yep.
And you have the Great American do what another Great American couldn't do 30 years ago in Detroit at SummerSlam 1993 when Cody becomes the man who beats Yokozuna's family member at SummerSlam in Detroit. 30-year circle, and he cashes in Money in the Bank. That's long-term storytelling, and that's how you stretch it to make it hot.
Could you imagine if that was a part of a video package? They actually did it.
Saying. It's goosebumps. I feel it.
So this is why I am a bigger fan of the longer outcome. I'm not in belief that the WWE is going to pull it off.
No.
That's just I'm not in belief.
It's too much of a good story for them to be like, oh my god, let's do that. But they're just too stuck in the stupidness of what they're doing. Do you understand
how hard the WWE's dicks are right now that Cody Rhodes is about to main event their WrestleMania? This ain't even about Roman Reigns' chase. This is about their golden star. Crown his crown.
That they didn't even want. Eventually, he had to leave to get this golden star to become a star.
And Cody will become the first guy who left the biggest competitor to WWE, main evented WrestleMania, and won. Because anyone else who did that, Ric Flair at WrestleMania 8 after he left WCW, and then he first Macho Man for the WWF title, he lost.
Yeah.
The Giant, who then becomes Big Show when he jumps over to WWE, and then he main events WrestleMania 2000. He got eliminated, first or second in that matchup in the Fatal 4-Way at WrestleMania 2000. Cody will become the first guy who jumped from the biggest competitor of AEW, come back to WWE, and he wins. I get all of that, and I would agree with Valabi Super Chat if it was Sami. Sami should not lose. If it was Sami at WrestleMania, I agree. But the reason why Cody losing makes sense to me is because then I'm invested in Cody's chase of the title. I'm not invested because it feels very
like they're handed it to him. Like,
here you go. Here's the number 30 spot. Here's your Royal Rumble win. Here you took 7 months off. You recovered from injury. You win the title.
This. Hold on. We can kind of use it because you're only getting this recognition because of your dad. Really. So we can kind of like use this. Like your daddy, you're the only reason you're here because you're daddy. No one else really cares about you. No one really even likes you. You're only likable because of your daddy. So that could be good heat if they use it properly. Just like the whole Charlotte Flair, like, oh, you're only here because of your daddy, your name. It's only your name. No one really gives a fuck about you. So that's how you get good heat. But I feel like it's the old Roman effect where they just kept throwing it down our throats. Like, now we just have to receive him. Oh, my God. Do we see him having a great run? Like, who's he going to go against? Bobby Lashley?
Unless it's like Gunther. I mean, I don't know. We're going to see him and Seth again, maybe. I don't know.
At least one thing with what Cody is doing right now is that at least with Cody being essentially forced down people's throats, he's delivering right now.
Yeah.
Like he's like when it was the case when Roman was getting force fed down our throats, we were vomiting. Like
it's true.
We were vomiting to a point where we turned into professional Roman
like we were,
Reigns.
we weren't vomiting. It was making us sick. We were sick of it. Like we were we needed a NyQuil to go to sleep. Like it was bad.
We became Roman Reigns troll fans.
Yes,
based
that's it.
On
Roman.
The nausea of this.
Yeah, I did it to troll people.
It was that bad. We needed to make something fun of it.
Exactly.
At least with Cody, we're chilling right now. We're enjoying these great promos, these segments.
He's knocked everything he's done out of the park.
Yeah, he's delivering. There's a big. I think that's a big difference between his
we've watched. You also get we've watched Cody for all these years outside of WWE, even in his first run in WWE. Him just getting this like red carpet to WrestleMania is so not his character. He loves the adversity. He loves running up that hill. That's why I think he should lose at WrestleMania. The setback is going to be like a catapult for him. Imagine the promo on the Raw after WrestleMania when he loses at WrestleMania. Like, I tried to do it for my 295-pound friend. I tried to do it for my biracial daughter. And now I got to take some time away and I'm going to come back stronger, faster, and I'm going to be the man who ends Roman Reigns' reign of terror.
Yeah, I just don't have faith that they're gonna pull these off all in sequential order that's gonna make sense for everyone.
I've always said I am more creative than WWE.
So you guys,
you are.
So listen, so you guys, guys, yeah, I think it's a lot of like people are not understanding. This is how my opinions are generated. It's based on thinking in the WWE world. It's not thinking in the mind of a pure
he always puts his Vince hat on. You got to put the Vince hat. I don't put the Vince hat on. That's the problem. I'm thinking like the fans. Yeah,
wrestling fan. I gotta see 1,000-day run. I gotta see that at least because I ain't never gonna see that shit again.
Right?
Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be dead by the time the next person has 1,000-day run. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I need to see that shit once. But you see it how it manifests over the court. Like, bro, like, why the fuck did they announce Cody Rhodes returning at the Royal Rumble to begin with? So they can shove all that shit down your fucking system.
You're right, because that should have been a great surprise. If he would have been surprised, it would have been a bigger pop for him. He got a pop, but if they would have kept it a secret, it would have been much better. Like they did Edge. If they would have did the same, keep the same energy like Edge, no one knew Edge was coming back. But I mean, it was like kind of like spec, but it was just like organic. Like it just felt like it was good. Like once they started announcing it, and again, they gave us a video package every week, almost twice in each show. It was thrown down.
It really feels like Triple H trying to recreate his 2002 comeback. That's what it really feels like with Cody.
And that's in theory. That's all I'm saying about it.
Yo, SPU smart, son.
I just don't think they can pull it off. I don't think that they can wait that long to bust their nut. I don't think.
They trying to hold it. Yeah. Well, you know how that's y'all thing. Y'all try to hold it and then the can
it hurts.
Right,
anyway, we should move on. A couple of other notes from SmackDown. A couple other notes from SmackDown on last week.
I really didn't mean to go that route, but I'm still.
It's all right.
He said bust the nut, so it's kind of like.
So it's like, in a sense, it's like Sami is the pre-cum.
Right.
Can we move on? On last week's episode of WWE Smackdown, Paul Heyman told Jimmy Uso that Roman Reigns didn't want him or his brother to show up this week. It's widely believed that Jimmy is not allowed.
Anyway, though.
How he didn't expect this with.
Of course I did. It's widely believed that Jimmy is not allowed in Canada due to his previous DUI convictions. However, the Wrestling Observer newsletter reports that both Usos are legally allowed to go to Canada now.
That's what I feel like they're gonna be there.
The story of Reigns not wanting them on Friday's episode is not a cover story to explain their absence. Instead, it's a story playing off the idea that people don't expect the brothers to appear on the Montreal shows. That doesn't mean they will, but they can if WWE wants them to. And then our final WWE note is a very, very interesting one because it seems like we are back in free agent season when it comes to WWE. And the biggest free agent that everybody's talking about is none other than former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Switchblade Jay White. It was
beautiful,
previously
long-haired. Damn.
It was previously reported that Jay White is believed to be leaving New Japan Pro Wrestling soon, as he recently lost a Loser Leaves Japan match to Hikuleo last Saturday. He has a match on tonight's Battle in the Valley show with Eddie Kingston, which is now a Loser Leaves New Japan Pro Wrestling stipulation. At the time, it was noted that if there was interest from WWE, it was being kept secret, but the Wrestling Observer newsletter reports that a source who is normally aware of major acquisitions in WWE didn't know anything about this. They added that there is a much bigger free agent that WWE is interested in at the moment, which was said to be the company's priority at the moment. There was no indication on who that free agent is, but it seems that it is not Switchblade Jay White. However, on Sunday, last Sunday, Fightful Select had an update on Switchblade following his losing the matchup at the New Beginning in Osaka. According to the report, White's NJPW contract is going to expire soon, and numerous companies are said to be interested in signing him. The report notes that WWE felt confident about signing White, but it's said to not be guaranteed at this point. Additionally, WWE sources have confirmed repeatedly to Fightful that they had interest in Jay White for a long time, and however, anything related to him coming into WWE is reportedly being kept very quiet. While fans speculated that White could show up as a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble this year, Fightful notes that was never in the cards since White was still under contract with New Japan, and his contract is according to talent within New Japan, is set to expire sometime after NJPW Battle in the Valley, but before WrestleMania 39. Sources in NJPW have noted that obviously they'd love to keep Switchblade, but he's also said to have made positive relationships with Impact Wrestling and AEW. White has appeared in work matches in both companies while under contract to New Japan, and like I said, WWE is interested in another major free agent. Well, another major free agent just happens to be another former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion and another crush of Miss Chrissy Love, Kota Ibushi.
Oh no! Look at that boy band hairstyle. Oh wow! Reminds me of the early 2000s.
Kota Ibushi is apparently open to going to WWE with the condition that he would be able to train stars at the WWE Performance Center. Dark Paricio Flosion
don't do it. You're better than
caught
this.
up with the NJPW alumnus and asked him about potentially joining WWE. According to the account, Ibushi told them that he would most certainly work with WWE as long as the company, quote unquote, allowed him to also train and create the next generation of wrestlers at the Performance Center, along with having some high profile matches. Ibushi has previously said that he is interested to potentially coming to WWE in the past as well. So
it's fucking hilarious.
Do you guys think WWE could possibly sign either Switchblade Jay White or the Golden Star, Kota Ibushi?
If they do, they're gonna throw the bag at them. There we go.
Go ahead, Chrissy. Who you think they signing?
If they had to sign one, who do you think they're more likely to sign, Chrissy?
Jay White. I'm sorry, Ibushi. I love you, but yeah, they want because it's more storytelling with Jay than Ibushi. Because you have other former Bullet Club, you have current Bullet Club members, or they're not Bullet Club members. I don't remember.
Former Bullet Club members.
Club, but you have what 4 of them are in the company right now. 1 of which is injured. 3 are there. 2 of which we have not. I mean, 2 of which we haven't seen. In a while.
Not going to. As long as he's out, they're out.
Damn. See, this is how you would make the Judgment Day even worse. But
I don't want him. I don't want Switchblade in Judgment Day at all.
No. What I'm saying is, if we were talking factions and like dominancy.
Oh, I don't want them to do another dollar value Bullet Club. Yeah, they've done that. They've done 4 different Bullet Club dollar value versions. They did the club. They did the OC. They had the Balor Club. How many times do we want to do this?
No, what I'm trying to say is, friends, we don't even call them that. That's the whole thing. Because they're not even on TV. But you can use them as like bodyguards. Like they could be on, in the background. I mean, they're not even on TV. At least they would at least put them somewhere where they could be used. That's all I'm saying.
They'll sign. They would give Jay White the bag and probably laugh at Kota Ibushi behind.
And he's not going to NXT either. We're going straight to the main roster.
Yes.
Ooh. Jay White.
Yeah, please don't.
Jay White we're talking about
NXT.
Ibushi,
Either of them.
You think Ibushi? I think they would put Ibushi on NXT.
I think Ibushi would be down to go to NXT based on what he's saying that he wants. He wants to train people at the performance
matches. But I think they probably would laugh at the high-profile matches and let him train people.
Okay.
This is true. We do got a couple of comments I want to feature here. Rayon Muhammad, Mr. Mohammed says Zayn versus Reigns reminds me of Punk versus Cena at Chi-Town in 2011 when me and my terminally ill friend met Punk at C2E2. My friend asked him about Money in the Bank, and he said he was proud to give my friend a moment to enjoy. This will be a moment people will never forget if Zayn wins the title in Montreal.
And he's winning both of them. Like I can see, like maybe one, but not both. Like I want Montreal to boo the shit when Roman wins. I mean, boo the building off. Another screw drop. Let him just like. I think the twins are there though. I think they're there and they're gonna help Roman. That's just me. I could be wrong, but again, I think this is like how we're going into Royal Rumble. We don't know what's going to happen, and that's the thing.
This is true.
Usually we can kind of predict these last like pay-per-views. We're like, oh yeah, this is a shoe-in. This person is going to win. Like this is a trash pay-per-view. I mean,
it's not a foregone conclusion this time,
right? I mean, it's a few matches that we can kind of call them like, yeah, that person's winning. But that particular match, you don't know what's happening. It's a lot of matches that don't need to be on this show, but you know.
Negro Buck saying putting Jay with the Good Brothers is easy and he could feud with AJ when he's healthy. I've been saying that for months. So yeah, works. It works.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah, they make them relevant. They'll have a purpose to come back outside.
Yes,
I mean they are outside, but
they can stop sitting at home and collecting a check. Even though I know Carl and Luke love that. They love the fact they sitting at home and collecting a check. So
yeah,
more power to you.
Wouldn't you?
I would too. Sheesh. I mean, I was loving unemployment at the beginning of the pandemic.
I'd be on Tru Heel Heat every week if I was sitting at home. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, all the shows. Wish I didn't be.
I don't miss 75% of the show because I want to.
This is true. Besides WWE Smackdown last night, we also had Rampage. The show featured, it was at 7 p.m., which was so much better than it being at 10, I will say.
I like it at 7.
The show featured.
But I liked it at 7.
The show featured a super fun NBA All-Star influenced opener with the Elite defeating Top Flight and AR Fox to retain the AEW World Trios Championships.
Build their sponsorships up. I mean, you're gonna
they did a tip-off. They did a tip-off to start the matchup that set up an atomic drop. And then they played Monkey in the Middle with AR Fox. This popped me so much upon my basketball heart and my wrestling heart coming together there.
Come together, your two loves.
Yes. Post-match, the House of Black came out and on stage to seemingly signal they are coming for the trios titles.
Finally.
Yes, inject that in my veins. Ricky Starks beat Daniel Garcia in a good bout. We also had one of their better backstage promos AEW has done in a while to set up a match on Dynamite as Wheeler Yuta challenged Orange Cassidy for the AEW All-Atlantic Championship. You also had Jade Cargill beat Vert Vixen, our good friend Vert Vixen, to retain the TBS championship, but I hate to say this. I don't like to do but finish talking about Rampage. I know where you're gonna go. Dustin Rhodes defeated Swerve Strickland via a rare disqualification in All Elite Wrestling after Parker Boudreaux got involved. Mogul Affiliates attempted to crush Dustin with a cinder block after the matchup, but Keith Lee made his return to make the save, seemingly coming out of the ring. It was like he was in the ring and then came out from under it. How they shot that was great.
Wait, is he fully gray?
Right, like he has white hair.
I think he tried to go bald, but it's like me, where you still got the hair underneath, but his hair is all gray underneath. So
it look like this fucking place is stressing him out more than WWE was.
Right.
No, that's probably the grays from his last couple of months in WWE, honestly. But the grays don't go away after you leave a place. Trust me.
No, they don't. They're gonna keep coming back, unfortunately.
But Chrissy Love, I know you want to say something about Jade going 53-0 in a 2-minute squash match. What were you gonna say?
First of all, how did we get to 53? We just did 50. I'm confused. Like, did she have a match?
She had 2 matches on Dark.
That's the damn reason.
That's that Goldberg shit.
But they want her to go 1,000 days, right?
On Nitro, he'll be like 112-0, and then the next week
like,
on fucking Nitro, he'll be like 117-0.
I'm a Jade stan, and I like Jade, and I don't really like the shit on our women wrestlers because they're doing their thing. However, friends, I am very bored at this point. It's becoming the same thing. I'm sad. I'm really, really sad about this. I was hoping that maybe someone could come and take the reins off of her once the 50 had, make her go to 50. That's great. She was somebody that was green and she's big and dominant. She gives me like that China vibe, but I feel like it's now regular. It's just like, we're getting another match with Jade.
It feels like the undefeated streak is an albatross around her neck that's not allowing her to improve anymore. Like they need to be done. They need to be done with that. Have Willow Nightingale beat her for the TBS title and the winning streak, and then she goes up to the main event scene of the women's division and
I feel like
feuding
she
with
needs to go
Britt
and chase
and
the
Jamie
big girls.
and Tony.
Yes, the main girls. You're one of the pillars. You're one of the main girls that's been there since the start. Why are you not in that same category? I don't know why. I mean, it's fine that you're in this ICS, middleweight division. It's, what I'm saying. However, I feel like it's now just very boring, and I thought she was getting better, and now it's not. It's just very stale. And that's I have nothing else to say. I'm bored at this point. I want more for my girl. I know she can do better. She's been training with the guys. I think that they can get more out of her than this, and she can give like more than like 5-minute matches. I feel like push her. You have to push her. Give me 15 minutes, like push her, and it won't be boring. Like, give me a person that can like push her.
It's another instance for me of Tony Khan putting the title on somebody and not knowing what to do afterwards. This happened with Hangman. This happened with Thunder Rosa. This happens a lot, and it seemed at first that he did know what he was doing with Jade, but that was like 6 months ago where it felt like that. We're still in the same position.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah. It's very stale. It's like old potato chips that you really want to eat, but you can't because they're stale.
And that's what it feels like AEW struggles the most at, is the moment when they get the moment, it's post moment. And I guess we'll get into Dynamite or some shit at some point because you did mention it. Yeah. But I haven't been able to keep up every single week. And then what I saw basically kind of like culminated a little bit of what Jade's title run, it looks like it's going. Like the women on Dynamite was like, what am I watching?
This was the worst choice to have a women's main event in quite some. This is the first dud. The first time that I was just like, no, this shouldn't have main evented.
Right. It was like, definitely happened to Wardlow too. Yes.
You got Becky Lynch. You got Becky Lynch and Bayley main eventing a cage match, and I'm not saying it was good.
No, but but if we're gonna get to Raw where they had a triple threat that I saw people online say this is a WrestleMania main event, and Chrissy, you were there, and I saw your comment in our chat. You could have heard a pin drop in Sheepset Bay in the Barclays Center. How quiet it was for 3 of the biggest women stars in the business, and that crowd fell asleep on them
because they all busted nuts over Cody.
It was bad, friends. It was really, really bad. I was sitting there, and I had to text you. I was like, are you guys here? Because, it's different from being there than watching it on TV. And I'm like, are you guys hearing anything? Because, matter of fact, I should take a video of that. Matter of fact, do I have a video of it? I might have a video. But they were like just sitting there. And I'm like, I know I'm tired, but I'm not that damn tired where I was like, no one is making noise. I mean, I can't, you know what? You're not going to make me talk about. Stop it. Stop. I'm not going to do this.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. We do have some news and some big news about AEW, and it was. I saw a couple of people talking about it when we talked about other free agents like Jay White, Kota Ibushi on WWE's periphery, and so is somebody else, a top AEW star, a former AEW World Champion, and an AEW EVP, Kenny Omega. A new report has some details on Kenny Omega's AEW contract signing, interest from WWE, and more. It had been previously reported that Omega's
Does he have
contract.
to bring the gang with him too? The guys, like the one
We'll get to that.
On him, and the guys that video
Omega's contract was expected to be up in early 2023, and that he could be working without a contract, and that AEW could potentially add time to his contract due to the period he was out due to injury. Fightful Select has confirmed that such a clause is in Omega's contract that does add on for injury time and is standard to AEW deals. Those sources in All Elite Wrestling said they don't believe any time has been added to Omega's deal yet, quote unquote. It was also noted that Omega has good talent representation and that adding time to his deal might not be a slam dunk and or might come with some concessions from AEW. It was also noted that Omega has it written into his contract that he can appear in New Japan Pro Wrestling as long as it doesn't conflict with his duties to AEW or an agreement is made. The site also notes that several people within WWE believe that the company has a chance to sign Omega, who has maintained a positive relationship with WWE and Triple H in particular. Omega has good relationships with both. When he was talking about potentially signing with WWE all the way back in 2018, of course, he would wind up signing with All Elite Wrestling at the beginning of 2019 after finishing up with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Top Guy JJ, what would you say is the percentage chances 0 to 100 on Kenny Omega signing with WWE in your mind?
Legit 50. Legit 50. I don't think that Kenny Omega is, in my book, I don't think he's getting what he deserves right now in AEW. And there's always that point in time, and it could be a very small sample time. It's not because Kenny Omega's been the man in AEW for years. But there's always that small sample time where you start to get that, what am I doing? And yesterday was a what the fuck am I doing? I'm sorry. And I know people like that shit, and some people is cool with it, but Kenny Omega is bigger than all that shit.
You don't like him in the basketball stuff? That was fun.
Kenny Omega is one of the best, biggest wrestling stars in the world, bar none. Kenny Omega is next level, and everyone else is trying to get there. That's how big Kenny Omega is. And when he gets put in shit like this, it almost instantly fucking devalues it. So it's and it's small samples where it can shift your thinking. Can I main event SummerSlam and main event these other shows and have a big spot in Royal Rumble? Or do I do tip-offs on a fucking second tier show?
I think he likes
I think he's having a blast.
I think he likes doing this probably is his ideas because I think he's a big goofball. And I haven't even been watching Kenny enough to know all these things, but I can feel that him and the Bucks like doing stupid shit like this. This is them having fun, but still working, if that makes sense. They're doing their job and still having fun. They probably was the ones yo, you know what would be funny? Let's do a tip-off. No one would ever think that shit would be funny.
And this is light years compared to when WWE did a whole Pizza Hut Battle Royal at Survivor Series 2021.
Can we not talk about that?
I'm just saying. Yeah, I felt like the way Top Guy JJ said saying that it wouldn't happen in WWE. It definitely would. We just had the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match.
And we're gonna have a Cinnamon Toast Crunch match.
So that's why
I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You're gonna fuck that up? Come on, man.
This is why I said this. So this is why I said 50-50. I didn't say 70-30 WWE.
Okay, you're right.
You get 50-50 because you're seeing the potential you could have in another place, but also you know what you might get.
This is true. You're right.
You might end up in an 8-man Money in the Bank match that you don't even come close to winning. and then you cut some fire-ass promo before WWE Battleground, and you have a fucking banger classic there that no one remembers. and you could go that route, or just take your time, have fun right now in AEW, and when that time comes for your number to get called on, you will stand up and you will fucking deliver. And I think he has both lanes in AEW. I don't think he would have both lanes in WWE. There would only be one.
And our producer put a great quote up saying that Kenny Omega played Princess Jasmine in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I think he's totally fine with playing basketball player for a match on Rampage. This is very true. He was Princess Jasmine for a Halloween show in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Was he really?
Yes, he was. He dressed up as Princess Jasmine. and yeah, I agree with what Frantic World, what Kenny Omega said on the Swerve City podcast. He said that he and the Bucks are having fun right now with the trios titles. This is something that Tony Khan and them talked about. This was something that he wanted to do. He didn't want to come back and be immediately into the world title scene, even though I would agree with Top Guy JJ if his thinking is he needs to be in the world title scene right now with AEW. And we'll talk about the struggles with the ratings with Dynamite and who they need right now to be in one position.
I just think he needs bigger involvement to help elevate AEW. So, because I think he's one of the catalysts to get AEW like serious recognition. And
he put it up. He put it up, ladies and gentlemen.
Look at him.
Yes, this is Kenny Omega when he was IWGP United States champion.
No, this is everything, and he has a wig on too. This is awesome. Wow.
Oh,
dang.
Ladies and gentlemen, the best bout machine.
And then look at Genie. The Genie got a blue, like he got a hoodie as a pajama set, and then he got a blue beard as a bot. Like, this is genius. Wow. This is great. I love it.
I mean,
you're killing Top Guy JJ on the inside.
I think people just got like I don't know, like how many people does AEW have right now that you think can like elevate? Like, because we've been talking about AEW elevating for a long time, and it just doesn't feel like it's fucking changing.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to that when we get to after we recap Dynamite. A couple other notes from after Rampage or earlier this week with AEW during a recent interview with Dan Lebitar. AEW President and CEO Tony Khan went off again, y'all, but talking about the conflicts between AEW and WWE on rumors of WWE engaging in contract tampering against AEW. He says, I can't really comment on what WWE's internal struggles are because I don't work there and I'm not there. I can only speak to the challenges we've had, and I've had a lot of wrestlers come to me and allege that WWE reached out to them to tamper with their contracts and asked them to break their contracts. I can't confirm that specifically. I can only tell you that the wrestlers have come to me and said but I've had multiple wrestlers and staff report that to me. It was very disturbing. I've had to go out and try to put on good shows despite this alleged tampering and stuff like that. Frankly, I don't think it stopped us because of the quality of the product, and the quality of the shows is at an all-time high right now. On the war, quote unquote, between AEW and WWE being real, he said the wrestling business is very dirty. I can't speak to the fight business. Certainly, I think it's more organized than the fight business. There are two well-organized promotions competing with one another. Again, I don't know if these things have happened. I only know what people have come to me and allege, but I do know that it's a real war between AEW and WWE, and the fans are interested in it. On the war creating excitement for the fans, he says that was part of the original business model of AEW. I knew wrestling fans, frankly, are very interested in wrestling free agency and wrestling wars. I believe we could create a free agent market that is definitely a real thing now, and that it would be a big part of the story. I think wrestling fans at the end of the day appreciate that a lot of what happens in wrestling shows is sometimes story, and that's why people like watching the shows. They like the stories and the exciting matches, and especially the combination of the two when the stories lead to exciting matches and vice versa. Now, what's interesting is the story that is the most real, the most intense, and the most hatred in all of wrestling is that between the two wrestling promotions. I think we truly hate each other. I think it makes for very exciting TV, and it makes for very exciting wrestling war. Tony Khan also opened up on how WWE tried to get New Japan Pro Wrestling to break the company's deal with AEW. He says, I'll give you a good example. About 2 years ago, there was a rumor I read on the internet that my business partner, New Japan Pro Wrestling, had gotten a phone call from Nick Khan about switching over to work with them. I was really just getting started with New Japan, and we only had been working together a short time. That has also been, frankly, a tumultuous relationship, but it was getting pretty good at that time. To this day, it is an amazing partnership, and I called the New Japan executives and said, is this true? Did WWE call you and try to get you to turn on me? And they said, yeah. And I said, okay. Well, are we still doing the stuff we have planned? Because at that time, we had a match set up on Wednesday Night Dynamite where there was going to be a New Japan title match in AEW. It was the first of many of those such matches. And they told me, no, we don't trust them. We want to work with you and we want to stay with you. Ever since, our relationship has been incredibly positive. And on how WWE is out to get them and hurt their business relationships, he said, I don't know if that's true or not. I only know what my business partner alleged to me and what I read on the internet, and they were both the same thing. So following up on that, if that's the case, I know they're out there to get me. I know they're out there to hurt AEW's relationship with our business partners. If that's the case, allegedly, it made me want to work that much harder to make AEW stronger. That ended up being probably the biggest year for growth we've ever had. They're out to get me. They're out to get me, y'all.
Then you wonder why he got to do coke. So y'all niggas is bothering him.
Y'all stretching him. Y'all stressing
him out. He need to relax. Like y'all trying to take his damn company. Or you want to take the people that's going to him. Fuck boys.
Yeah, you know, all of this is self-created, right?
What do you mean?
Decided to start a wrestling company and compete with the biggest company in the world. Of course, these motherfuckers is out to get you. Are people like brain dead?
Like, you know what? You're right.
What did you think was gonna happen? There's years of evidence that this is how WWE plays.
What are we talking about right now? Like,
no, it's not self-sabotage. It's just you should have known what you were signing up for.
You should have known you was getting business near the mafia. Like, what are we talking about, right? Of course they want. If they could, they would shoot every one of them in the top of the cranium and go and fucking host their funerals and pay for their services, invite all of their families, and say, I'm sorry for your loss.
Kind of like what they did with Owen Hart. Anyway, moving on. Cody Rhodes recently shared his thoughts. He actually did that. Cody Rhodes recently shared his thoughts about the now infamous post-show Brawl at AEW All Out. Cody Rhodes opened this up as a guest on the MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani, where he talked about the incident.
God, he was with that man.
When he found out about the situation, he said, I woke up the next morning and I had, no joke, I think 63 messages. So I was very worried that something was said about me or Brandy. I did everything I could. I gave a lot. I have great memories with AEW. I do. So I hope it's respected mutually, right? So I was worried. I was like, I hope somebody didn't take a weird shot, something like that. That wasn't the case. It was all about this press conference and all of that. On his relationship with the Young Bucks and CM Punk, he said, I had a great relationship with Matt, Nick, and Kenny, still do. It definitely was tested by being young executives. It was tested by having different opinions on wrestling, but our different opinions is what made it strong. That's what made us work. I want to do Crockett and Old School, and they want to do PWG and West Coast. And damn, I loved it. That contention is what made us bond. We're bonded forever because of the things we did together. I also had a great relationship with Punk. He was my dinner buddy. They'd order dinner for me at AEW every week, and it was one of my management perks or whatever. I don't think he knew. I always just put him on my tab because I wanted to make sure he was getting something. So we didn't talk a lot, but I had a good relationship with him. I was so excited to have him back. And like, even if you remember when he came back, everyone was fired up about that. Everybody. So when I watched it just from me sitting there, I was not. There was was some people texting me. I remember somebody text me, man, you're the smartest guy in the room. I wanted to write back like, fuck you, man. I don't feel that way. I feel this thing we built got damaged. I'm not putting any blame on anybody. Sorry, Super Switzerland, on not blaming anybody over it. He said, I'm not putting any blame on anybody. I just hated seeing that because as the company grows, I hope it continues to grow. I hope people remember the mission in the first place and why we were there. If you bring in people who don't know the mission, then things like that can happen. I'm not saying he didn't know the mission or anything of that nature, but I was just bummed out. That's how I felt. I was bummed out because you win the title, it's a feather in your cap. You win the Royal Rumble, it's a feather in your cap. Building an alternative wrestling promotion is definitely a feather in the cap. I don't want that to be a race. I don't want that to go away. Plus, there's not as many jobs in wrestling as people think. There's about 1,000 people who work there, structurally, infrastructure, and talent. I'm proud of them. I want to make sure they're able to feed their families, and that was a situation that was so big and heavy. I don't think it was helpful. I don't know. Maybe you could make it helpful. Maybe you can do something with it. That's how I felt. No heat on Punk, no heat on Matt, Nick, Kenny, or Tony. I was just bummed out when I saw it. That's how we envisioned it. The spirit of All In. If you ever lose the spirit, you lost. I think the spirit was gone in that moment. Doesn't mean it can't get it back, but it was a bummer. Speaking on Tuesday's Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer discussed the relationship between CM Punk and the Elite, as Punk is just mere months from recovery from his bicep tear. And Meltzer said a lot of damage done. There's a lot of mending offenses that needs to be done, and there's been no mending offenses at all. It's a big situation because Punk could be back in 2 months, and then there's a decision to be made. That's going to be a big story, how that goes down or doesn't go down. CM Punk got people talking a couple of days ago as he posted a clip on Instagram of rapper Ice-T talking about forgiving people from a distance. And on Wednesday's Dynamite, MJF made reference to Bryan Danielson being the best in the world, which many saw as a subtle reference and tease to CM Punk. And then on Thursday, a fan recently asked Chris Jericho about possibly wrestling CM Punk again, and Jericho was actually complimentary of CM Punk, and he wrote, "I always loved working with Punk." So I'm going to put this out here. First to you, Top Guy JJ. Do you think right now AEW needs CM Punk to come back? Their ratings are struggling. We're about to get into Dynamite. They did 824,000 viewers, which was their lowest viewership since November for Wednesday's show. Like I said before, in my opinion, it was one of the weakest episodes of the year. And also an added point before you answer, AEW has always been this babyface company. 2019, everyone rallied behind Cody Rhodes and felt like he was the biggest babyface in wrestling. 2020, you had Jon Moxley win the championship and been this kind of like stable ground during the pandemic as AEW World Champion. 2021, it was all about the redemption and the journey to the title for Hangman Adam Page. 2022, it was all about CM Punk, the returning hero, and his rise to the top in winning the AEW World Championship. And now we're here in 2023, and there really isn't that baby face that you can see that the company is behind. And AEW has always been this baby face company. Despite having a heel champion right now, there's nobody that we can see as the baby face that they're getting behind, and that's an issue. Is CM Punk the answer to that, or do they need CM Punk to create more interest and more compelling television? What do you think, Top Guy?
I think anybody that watched this show ever knows how I felt about CM Punk. And I said, if he never comes back, it'd be too soon. The tune has to be changed.
Yeah.
AEW desperately needs CM Punk. And it's not because they're not a capable company, because they are. Again, this is like I will beat this shit until I'm never on this show again. AEW needs to do something. AEW needs to do something to elevate themselves as a brand. And until they find that internal talent, they're gonna need the best external talent that they can possibly get their hands on, and that would be CM Punk. Like CM Punk is box office, like that. Like no matter what people feel about him, CM Punk makes you turn your television on. CM Punk makes you watch clips on YouTube or Instagram, and it will get north of like I believe CM Punk and MJF's promo exchange is the highest viewed thing in AEW history. And there's no coincidence. That's strictly what CM Punk is there for, is for box office viewership and for people to tune into that show. Right now, they lost at least 20. It sounds like somewhere between 20 to 25% of their viewership since he's been gone. That's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
When we are saying that a company,
damn, that much? No.
They're down year over year, I think by like 22 to 25% year over year.
Because think about it, SP3 usually, because SP3 usually, and you could go week to week, every week.
Oh yeah, it's really on. Yes.
AEW's done by the week, and they were always hovering between that 980, 990 to 1+ point million. If they down to 800,000 already, that means there's nothing interesting going on in AEW. And to the hardcore
basketball is on TV, and that's
to the hardcore fan, it's like shut up. Like it's to the hardcore fan, they're like shut up. Like yes, there is. What the fuck you talking about? But I like, and this is just now speaking about me because of my timing situation. I am not making sure I see AEW at 8:00 on Wednesday on TBS. It is no longer a priority. And that would make me part of what is called a casual fan. You're aiming for casual fans, not the hardcore ones that is going to lock into your shit every single week. You need the viewers that's glancing through their TV, the viewer that's seeing something that pops on Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. If you're not seeing any of that shit, why am I watching the program? And they got good wrestlers, and we all know that they got some of the best talent in the world, but they need box office desperately. And
they need names. They need big guys. They need names. Yeah.
They need
they don't need even names. I do agree with Top Guy JJ. He's kind of the devil you do want on your side. Like there's so many money matchups with CM Punk in AEW, whether it's the third match with MJF, whether it's him and Kenny Omega, whether it's him and FTR versus the Elite. That's 3 money matchups that is bigger than anything AEW can offer. But they don't just need that. They also need to get behind one of these guys. There's so many guys, and I talked about it on AE Ramble, and I'll say it here. There's so many guys that Tony Khan has legitimately shit the bed with. Ricky Starks was so over and hot at the beginning of December after that promo he cut against MJF. And you put him in the Jericho verse, and he's like in an abyss, and he's like falling like
he's gasping for straws.
Reaction. Eddie Kingston was hot as hell in 2022, and you completely botched that with putting him into the Jericho verse, and now he's really directless at the moment. Hangman Adam Page, you did nothing with his AEW World Championship reign. You did nothing with him after he dropped the title. He's in an interesting feud right now, but he doesn't feel as hot as he once was. Moxley and Danielson are great to have, but they are not the guys that are going to be here in 5 to 6 to 7 to 10 years from now. You have a whole bunch of young guys, talented guys. You just reheated up Darby Allin, and then Darby Allin hasn't been on the show in months. Wardlow felt hot during the whole MJF feud, and then you did nothing with him. He took too long to win the TNT title and then became lame. That is like 5 or 6 guys that Tony Khan has just not followed up on, and he needs to pick one of them to get behind, and that needs to be the babyface that we follow his journey to be the one to dethrone MJF. Chrissy Love, if you had the book, if you had the pen, who would you say is the babyface AEW needs to get behind?
Babyface wise? Ugh.
Yes.
Ugh. That's hard. I don't know. And that's saying a lot because I do agree that CM Punk should come because he's like the worst. He's like, well, if I have my enemy, I might as well have my enemy with me. You know, like he's that guy. Babyface. I feel like Daniel's getting a big push, but I don't know. Like,
but Daniel is already a star, and he's established his star in WWE.
I think Ricky is a big guy. I think Ricky should be the one.
I agree with you.
I
totally agree with you.
I think it should be Ricky. Ricky, and like you said, Ricky did that promo. He was so hot. We knew he was going to lose against MJF, but it's like now you've thrown him, and he had a great match the other day. Like Ricky, no, was that? No, it was yesterday. Sorry, he had a great match yesterday, which was one Wednesday because they taped it. But yeah, I definitely think Ricky Stark should be that the babyface that you push now. Let him run, because he can do it. He can wrestle and he can give you a good promo. He's there. He's a star. But I think also Ricky wants to leave and go to WWE.
I don't know, man. I just feel like
good Ricky. I think Ricky.
That face, they got it. They got Adam Hangman Page. He's not even. I don't think that man is even close to 40 yet.
Yeah, he's 30.
Like, he can literally be the captain of that company for at least 15 years.
You think so?
They got a built-in superstar in Adam Hangman Page. They just need to run with it and have people build on loving Adam Hangman Page. And that's why I am like so pressed on something like the Kenny Omega thing, because you need guys like him to make Hangman great. Like, because you can't make Hangman great with subpar talent. You got to make Hangman great with the best that your company has to offer. And what do you do? Like Ricky Starks, yes, he could be another one. Like, it's okay for them to have multiple megastars. The WWE's got multiple megastars. Why can't AEW build towards having multiple megastars led by Hangman Page and Ricky Starks?
That's true.
You need the CM Punks. You need the Kenny Omegas. You need those guys to make them great. You need that superstar talent for them to overtake and to dethrone and to carry on something that could be special. And it needs to, and I know people hate seeing matches like, oh, I hate seeing them fight for the 7th and 8th time. They would need a story that's going to drag out for a long period of time so you can continue to see them.
That doesn't feature Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho. So Chris Jericho is he's like a talent sucker. Like
he's a leech. He's a leech.
Chris Jericho is having fun, but it's at the expense
of other people,
their potential future. Yeah. And I think that they need to seriously, like, really look into that, because he's a part of the problem. Like, this appreciation society garbage, I haven't been into this bullshit since its inception. And
CM also brings up a good point. Says, shoot, could have been Garcia, could have been Yuta as well. They were hot at one point too, and they got stuck in the Jeriverse as well.
That people that's like absorbing this Jericho bullshit. I ain't one of them, and I've never been a fan at all. I felt like once the Inner Circle was done, he should have been done with groups. And then he makes another one, and then
he makes a new group. Yeah,
the entire group except Daniel Garcia sucks.
Yeah,
like the entire group to me is trash.
The guy that talks really fast and has his eyes coming out is creepy. The guy that uses the comb and he's in Greece or something, is combing his hair from the it looks like it's a knife cutter, but he's combing his hair. It looks crazy. I don't know. It's really very weird.
Yeah, and what's crazy is that he's not even doing it on purpose. He's actually having fun doing this. It's when you have to be a company and realize that whatever he is being paired up with is not beneficial to that person when he's done with them. Like, when Chris Jericho was done with someone, it does not make them any better.
The last person that I think got anything from being in a Jericho feud was MJF.
And clearly MJF has shown that he's capable of surviving multiple feuds with multiple people, which means that is a nod to MJF.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's not a nod to Jericho.
Yes. Right. That's the person that was in the feud, and they were able to do that. Yeah.
If we are literally viewers of a TV program, as fans, can discover that something that you call one of your superstars is draining your company, how are y'all not seeing it from watching it backstage and from being a part of the production? Like it's pretty mind-boggling. So even if you do get CM Punk, you still got Chris Jericho. Something's got to give. Something's got to give.
I see everybody's putting some great options. My boy Hook.
Yes.
Come on, do something with him. CM brings up, and I saw
Jungle Boy.
Jungle Boy was hot after Full Gear when he ended his feud with Luchasaurus, but they just bided their time until Christian was ready to come back. We're gonna get into that in a bit
I was like, didn't we get rid of Christian? Like, when did he come back? He's just like his cousin Edge. It was like, come on, guys, like. We don't need you. We don't need this.
No, I love Christian. I'm totally fine with Christian. I'm totally fine with Christian.
Fine,
they needed to end that feud, but they did it in the wrong way. And I'll get to it when we get to Dynamite here. But you guys bring up some road options. Wardlow, like I said before, ALW, Miro could be a great thing for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, they got options. They just have to choose one or two or three and really get behind them and push them and put them in interesting feuds. So they have the pieces there. They're like the Tony Khan's like the anti Triple H. He set the table very well, but he just doesn't know how to position the table very well afterwards. But here we go. Let's talk about AEW Dynamite this week. Like I said before, it did 824,000 viewers. That's the lowest viewership of 2023. Their lowest viewership since mid-November. Speaking of mid, one of the better parts of the weakest episode of 2023 had to be the world champion MJF throwing gum at our good friend Kaden, who is in the chat already today. Kaden, the gum collector. He also cut a scathing promo on Bryan Danielson, how the fans view him as the best in the world when they should view MJF as that, having the AEW World Championship, before inviting out Christopher Daniels, who didn't accept his money to badmouth Bryan and instead praised Dragon as the best wrestler in the world. This was a good promo by Christopher Daniels, but it also led to MJF kicking him in the dick and then putting him in the salt of the earth armbar before Bryan Danielson made the save. You also had Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli defeated Rush and Preston Vance in a fun, bloody.
How much blood does Moxley have? Because I swear, if it's him and Daniel. Do they have to get transfusions after these matches? Because they just be losing tons and tons of blood. Like every match is just like blood. And I'm here for it all. But
I wasn't here for it because this just felt like violence for violence sake. But it was a fun matchup, a fun Texas Tornado tag match. Speaking of Moxley's rival, Hangman Adam Page beat Kip Sabian. Post-match, Jon Moxley and Blackpool Combat Club came out with Page challenging Mox to one more match at Revolution. Then the Dark Order came out to have Hangman's back, with Evil Uno cutting a really good promo, setting up a match with Moxley for next week. And then Moxley saying his match with Hangman at Revolution will be a Texas death match. Yes, I'm ready for that. Wardlow cut
more blood. See?
Yes. Wardlow cut an emotional promo, probably his best promo to date, about how he grew his hair for his late father who had stage 4 cancer, and that when he was teammates with Samoa Joe, he told him that, so he knew that. Thus, why Samoa Joe cut his hair ahead of their AEW ahead of their AEW Revolution Showdown. Like I said, this was a reason to care about Wardlow versus Samoa Joe coming up at Revolution. You also had the Acclaimed, Daddy Ass, and Orange Cassidy beat Sanjay Dutt, Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, and Satam Singh. Later in the show, it was announced that the Guns will make their first defense of the AEW World Tag Team Championships in a four-way match with the Acclaimed and the winners of a traditional tag team battle royale next week on Dynamite, as well as a casino battle royale in 2 weeks on Dynamite. It was announced on Rampage last night that also added to these teams that you see on the screen is going to be LFI, Roosh and Preston Vance, Top Flight, and the returning Aussie Open, which I'm very happy about. You also had the main event of Ruby Soho beat Britt Baker and Tony Storm in a three-way match, which had this stupid spot that I don't know how to explain to people.
Right. Yep. That was I figured that they were going to spray paint someone else, not her booty, and then they didn't even give an imprint on the girl. I was like, that was just dumb. Come on, girls.
Ruby won. It seems to set up Ruby going after the AEW Women's World Championship, and then you also had Jungle Boy defeating Brian Cage in a pretty good matchup. Post match, Christian Cage made his return to lay out Jungle Boy with the kill switch. Christian making his return for the first time since Full Gear. Like I said, it was the weakest episode of Dynamite. And that Laredo crowd, I always say Texas crowds are the best for AEW. That was the weakest Texas crowd I have ever heard.
Like the Barclays.
Yes. This week's been a bad week for wrestling crowds.
Yeah, the crowds this week, maybe they had a lot of they were tired. They didn't get no time off. I don't know. But yeah, everyone was weak this week. Sorry, guys.
It was not a good week for Dynamite this week.
And I was at one of them, so I had to endure it.
You had to endure. One match that we didn't mention on that rundown of Dynamite was Mark Briscoe had another match in AEW. He defeated Josh the Goods Woods on the show. After the show, though, Tony Khan announced that Mark Briscoe has officially become #AllElite in a tweet. TK posted that Mark Briscoe earned his second win on TBS on AEW Dynamite tonight, and now it's official. Mark Briscoe is All Elite. Congratulations to the Sussex County Chicken. Man, I mean, I know this may be a Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero type of thing, but Mark Briscoe as the top babyface, top guy, JJ?
I wouldn't be mad at it.
It would be a good start. It would be it's not opposed to it being a bad start. We're gonna carry a special love for him for a long time. This is not something that's gonna go away in 2 to 3 weeks. This is something that we can literally follow an entire journey to a championship, and that could carry out literally for a year. And that would be something to build. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to it at all. I was going to ask that about I don't know when they changed the set, and it must have been a few weeks ago. I'm late to the party with the new AEW /WWE set. Yeah, that's the very WWE set. The whole stage is WWE based now. I'm like, why did they make this change to look very much like a WWE stage?
Well, friend, they wanted to change, and that's what they gave us. I don't know who was a part of the committee.
And they hired the guy that was supposed to replace Kevin Dunn as their new executive producer of the show.
Yeah, but it's
and it's better. It is better for TV. I do agree with
visually. Of course, it looks better, but it looks like I'm watching more WWE. I
wouldn't say that.
That's what, but that.
The heel and babyface tunnels, it got old for me, especially after Brian Danielson, who was obviously getting cheered, and babyface still refused to go down the babyface tunnel. I was like, now you just got to get rid of him.
He would always go through the wrong one.
Nice, it did look nice. I mean, I just was like, this just looks too similar to me. It looks similar, and I'm like, damn, I wanted y'all to look different, but. I guess it was just, I want to feel like I was watching. Maybe I'll just get used to it, but it just was like I didn't. Actually, they got the LED banners now on the barricade. I'm like, what the fuck? I just literally copied and pasted this shit.
No. They got like wraps. It's like the old ROH. Actually, it's like a wrap. It's not LED. I don't.
It looks like lights.
It does look like it, but no, it's like the wrap because they have more of like they said it on commentary. They have more of like the ROH barricades.
Phil.
Okay. But overall, like I was wondering what these crowds were like this week because I was like, is people just like losing? Because remember, I don't catch this shit every week. So
right.
Is people losing interest in wrestling all of a sudden? Like because
they were losing interest in AEW. They need help right now.
You know what, JJ? The week that you decide to watch wrestling, unfortunately, was a bad week, friend. Yeah. Last week was a good week. Just saying.
But yeah, a lot of wrestling. Monday Night Raw was not a bad show. Like I was not. Like, Raw was pretty solid.
It was a really good first hour. Second hour was okay, and the last hour sucked.
Yeah, but that's just putting it like in a nutshell. Like Raw was like I was able to actually get through it. Like usually being able to get through a 3-hour Monday Night Raw to me is an achievement because usually that shit is cut off by 9:30, 10 o'clock tops. And then AEW, I watched the whole. I mean, was able to get through the whole show, and they had some like I don't know about this Adam Cole love fest right now, but
Adam Cole's that's a guy that they need to get behind. I think he could be Adam Cole. Baby face.
If they keep it up,
I thought he was a heel.
He's a baby. That promo he cut on his return. That was a baby face.
No, what I mean is like, okay, fine, forget it, never mind.
And No, but that was a babyface promo. He's been a heel previously, but when he made his return, that was a babyface promo.
Yeah.
And especially that sit-down interview, he was totally babyface there.
Yeah. And hopefully, he like that. If it's not something that he ends up swerving, because they like to do swerves. If he doesn't swerve people in like 3 weeks, like if you're gonna be a babyface, be a fucking babyface. Don't fucking change your position every fucking 6 weeks. So every time I see you, it might be something different. So just stick to that shit. It might be good. I had fun watching the Mark Briscoe match. Like I had fun watching that match. I had fun.
He's got so much charisma. That's why I made the argument. I know there's people that's like, oh no, he should be ROH, but I think there's a reason why he got signed to an AEW contract is because they don't have a lot of baby faces that just have natural charisma like Mark Briscoe.
And he's a good big stage performer. And I'm watching his matches. Like, there's like usually like there's a symmetry, there's like a synergy, and there's like a system to matches of when they do moves, when they do spots. There is no fucking system with Mark Briscoe matches. And that to me was fucking beautiful. Because I had no idea what that man was about to do next in any part of the match. Like I wasn't prepared for any of his flips, his spots. Like, obviously, I'm going to keep paying attention to when he tries to pay homage to his brother, when he does that stuff. But like nothing else felt like, oh shit, yeah, this is coming. And I liked it. I actually dug that. Every time I see Christian Cage on my screen, I fucking scoff. Like, I was like, here we go again with this bullshit. He's going to be back for 4 weeks and he's going to be injured for another 7 months. But that's great.
Oh, damn.
That's wonderful. He's back and he's going to fuck with Jungle Boy again. He's holding Jungle Boy's career down to me.
They definitely need to conclude this quick. It doesn't need to go dragged out. If they're going to have a match, let it be at Revolution and then let Jungle Boy move on to the world title. I thought it was a mistake bringing him back in this way. It should have been like Jungle Boy versus Samoa Joe for the TNT championship. And then Christian Cage comes back and costs him the title. Jungle Boy should have at least progressed a little bit in the time that Christian was away.
Yeah, I feel like every time I see them two on TV, it's like, yo, Jungle Boy is just being held back. And that's literally all I see. It's Jungle Boy being held back. And like it was okay show. It wasn't a bad show, but I just was like, why is this crowd so whack? Like, you haven't been watching, but like Chrissy could tell you as well. Since January, they've been firing. Since the beginning of December, they've been firing on all cylinders. Every week had at least a banger or a great match or a great promo segment, and every week it was hitting.
It's just this week something just they lost it. I don't know, maybe because I don't know what it was, but they've been consistent. Like they've been having great shows, and just this week it just wasn't it.
It all started with the Guns winning the AEW World Tag Team titles last week at the end of the show, and it's been downhill since then. But someone that we should be happy is possibly on their way back is our good friend Thunder Rosa. As previously reported, the former AEW Women's World Champion Thunder Rosa was in attendance at Dynamite last week and was doing work for the Spanish broadcast commentary team. Nice. Rosa announced this week that while she's continuing to recover from her injury, she is officially joining the AEW Spanish broadcast team as a commentator and an on-air personality. Rosa talked about joining the Spanish commentary team on Busted Open Radio. She said it's like the whole spectrum of the show doing commentary. I've said this before, it's not an easy task. One, we are many times translating live some of the action that is happening, and if someone cuts a promo, we have to translate like that. As you can imagine, your brain is on overload and you have the music and the people and everything. It's not an easy task. I'm super excited that the company was able to give me another platform to develop the other skills that I have. I have excellent reviews and I'm working on it even more. On her injury rehab, she says, I'm taking my time and rehab is going well. I did deadlifts for the first time, 5 little pounds. I'm feeling a lot stronger. I want to make sure that when I return to the ring, I'm ready mentally, physically, and I want to give the best show that I can, and the new Thunder Rosa is coming. AEW reportedly held a meeting backstage at Dynamite last week regarding Rosa's return to the road, and according to Fightful Select, the meeting was held among the women's roster in order to ease some tensions between Rosa and the rest of the roster regarding some issues that have popped up, namely between her and Britt Baker, as well as with Jamie Hayter. The site reports that those with knowledge of the meeting say that Rosa did some making amends for issues that have come up, notable that she was portrayed as bullies to the rest of the roster, as well as some complaints about her working stiff in the ring and sandbagging. One roster member pointed out that Rosa had to deal with some of that from others when she started in AEW, but that it had been resolved a long time ago. Some people on the roster had also had issues with her not being on the road with the company despite traveling for other work, and some had questioned the legitimacy of her injury. A member of AEW's management team said that the meeting was productive, and from their perspective that they hoped that there would be a clean slate going forward. Sources noted that Rosa was happy to be part of the Spanish commentary team, and she is yet to be cleared but is getting closer to such. I just want Thunder Rosa to be back, but I'm glad they are dealing with issues before it becomes bigger now that she's back on the road.
Yep, I agree.
I love the 5-pound deadlift comment.
Hey, gotta start somewhere. We do have a super chat donation from the good brother, Professor Chris. He says, it's not like everything in WWE is hot, but the stuff that is hot in WWE is smoking hot. Nothing in AEW is hot at the moment. AEW needs something. Yes.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Yeah. That's a great
That's what's missing. That's the part that we're trying to say is it's good, but it's not great. It needs to be better.
Yeah.
So it can be a great show. And
a great point.
We need something that's to light the match to make it like spark. That's what we're missing. Is that part.
And I'm just gonna improve upon your super chat just a little bit, Professor Chris. You say it's not everything in WWE is hot, which is correct, but the stuff that is hot in WWE is smoking hot. There's one thing in WWE don't say stuff. Stuff alludes to more than one thing. It's one thing in WWE is hot and it's smoking hot, and that's the bloodline story. There's nothing else that's smoking hot in WWE at the moment.
But I think, I mean, yeah, and I know SP had to be the smart one.
I'm just saying. I'm just being honest. I have to watch and review all these shows, Top Guy JJ. So you know how desperate I am for bloodline segments.
That's pretty fucked up. It's pretty fucked up. But it's the point is saying is that, you know, in all the years we watched wrestling, though, this is all the like when there's that one major and that one amazing thing that's going on, it kind of leads you into just watching the other shit and getting through the other shit. And to people that's not watching, say, AEW right now, there's nothing that's like grabbing them. And that's not like how when you had to tune in to TV when you saw fucking CM Punk and MJF on the TV screen.
Yeah, that's true.
You had to tune in, and the viewership showed that shit because they surpassed 1 million views when them two was on the TV screen. So it's having something that you can fucking look forward to, and then you can enjoy the rest of the show. But it's not going to be as good as why you tuned into the show.
Yeah, and I saw someone make a reference that I think a lot of people overhype what CM Punk meant. CM Punk really to AEW was the cherry on top because AEW, don't get it twisted, they were hot before CM Punk got there. When they went back on the road in 2021, and you had 1 week where Malachi Black makes his debut and knocks out Cody Rhodes. You had the Hangman still chasing after Kenny Omega and the Elite. You had the Young Bucks with the best AEW World Tag Team title reign. You had a hot Eddie Kingston at that time. You had Jericho feuding with MJF. They had so many different things going on at the time, even before Punk came in. Punk felt like the cherry on top or the missing piece to the puzzle that made it all complete. More than a lot of people have been making it sound like CM Punk was the thing that made AEW hot, and that's not the facts. That's not a fact. We got Negro Buck who says Thunder Rosa is someone else that I feel AEW desperately needs. And we also have the True Jaw Josh who says, is this episode 213 or 113? Haven't seen the top guy on the podcast.
Wow, this is some bullshit. I was just on the show last month.
Right. Stop it, Josh.
I was here in January. I just have this might not have happened in years. Like this trio. But shit, when Chrissy was in a boondoggle, I was on the show last month.
This is true. This is all true.
Wow, really?
And mark the time. It was MLK week that I was on the show last month. So it hasn't even been 4 weeks, you hater.
We gotta run in. We gotta run in. Say hi.
Hi, Harlem. Hey, friend.
You see him?
Harlem.
Say hi. Say hi to the people.
Harlem taking over.
She's trying to do
trying
it.
to do the heart, yeah. Just gave her a heart. She couldn't do it.
All right, we gotta teach her how to do the heart. Okay, we're gonna teach you how to do the heart, Harlem. That's right. I'm so. Oh, that was my heart. Oh.
Let's talk about Raw. They did 1.812 million viewers. The show featured a excellent, tremendous promo exchange between Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn. See, even Harlem enjoyed it.
Yeah, but so she's singing now. She's loving it.
Disney characters? Okay, cool. Where Cody gave Sami a motivational speech.
He's definitely a Disney character, for sure.
to endorse Zayn ahead of his bout with Roman Reigns at Elimination Chamber. This was brilliant promo exchange here and was the top rated segment on the show. You also had the Judgment Day beat.
I was mad. I was at the concession stand when that shit happened. So, sorry.
You was bugging.
Yeah, I was with the kids. I'm sorry. They made. Yeah.
The Judgment Day beat Street Profits in a pretty good opener.
Yeah, that was a good match, yes.
Post-match, the Droop jumped the Profits until Edge and Beth Phoenix made the save, but Rhea Ripley returned and hit the Riptide on Phoenix ahead of the Chamber matchup coming up tonight. You had Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley signed a contract for their match at Elimination Chamber with Lashley laying out Lesnar at the end of the segment.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty, but nothing. I don't know. Nothing. Yeah, nothing eventful happened really.
Right. I just like that he was like, no, I'm not going to the ring. We're like, why is there a table there? I'm like, what the hell is happening? You can see everything setting up. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, what?
And then you had the aforementioned Bianca Belair defeat Bayley and Becky Lynch in a triple threat match to prevent them from entering the Women's Elimination Chamber match.
I thought that would have been better, but whatever.
You were there live. What did you think of the show, Chrissy?
First hour was great. Second was, boring. And the last half was the only good part with Seth Rollins and his red boots.
Pretty much. That's the best way I could have described it.
Best thing, the best pop.
Something from each hour. That sounds,
right. And I had to sit there. I was like, Dad, you know, when you're at home, you know, you could like multitask and like do things. Mm-hmm. I had to sit there, and And I'm like, damn, what time is it? It's like, I'm
How awesome of a promo was it when you're listening to a man say, "I'm not stupid"?
Oh my God! It was that was the best part of the night. I feel like
that was so corny, but it ended up kind of being funny.
First of all, when you seen Seth Rollins come out, right? You're not knowing what he's gonna do, but of course, you know that was the big pop. Then he comes out with you just saw red. For us, we just saw red, and we see red. I was like, nah, he got on the boots, son. Like and those boots are god awful. People, please don't buy them, but they're so bad that they're good. That's the thing about them. And he came out in them, and he was like, and then, you know, Miz did that great thing. What are those? And he was like, you don't know anything, Mike. And when he said Mike, I was like,
that joke was old in 2018.
I know,
and
but
he did it in 2023. I'm just.
But it was still okay, but
but that's what it's so corny that it was like
good. That's what I'm saying.
That was the point. It's like it was so corny. It was like this is so bad.
Right, and that's why he called him Mike, and then that's why Mike is stupid. Mike is. That's so
dumb.
Funny.
It was so dumb,
but good. So good. Then he did the Mario stomp on the head with the boot.
Damn, she dragged it now.
I was like, I guess.
It's so stupid that I had to sit there for 4.
But you know, she was watching it with the kids, so I would understand if her point of view is that it was really good because they probably
popped when Seth came out. They popped.
Oh hell yeah! I mean,
there was a stand. So.
Yeah, he's one of the few people that got a reaction from this Brooklyn crowd. It was not
the Brooklyn crowd, and it was crowded. I thought it was not going to sell out, but it was sold out, and not sold out, but it was crowded. And the crowd was dead, very dead.
They reacted to Cody.
They only reacted to like, oh yeah.
I mean, Cody, Seth, and Sami. That's the things they reacted to the most, and the opening match with the street pop.
Yeah, the girls opened, and they really didn't like. You know, it started with, you know, Becky pulling Adam Pearson, but it didn't really
develop from there.
Right.
One note that I wanted to highlight from Raw or coming out of Raw from WWE this week, it's McMahon Takeover mixed session. What is this? Week 7? Yes, week 7. A recent Bloomberg article states that Vince McMahon has a targeted price point of $9 billion to potential purchasers of WWE, according to sources close to the self-reinstated executive chairman of the board. WWE stock has been on the rise this year, up by roughly 30% due to speculation about the sale of the company, according to Bloomberg. Still, a price tag of $9 billion is 37% higher than WWE's market value of $6.5 billion as of Thursday. The primary name of the list of the potential buyers is Endeavor Group Holdings Inc., the entity that also owns UFC at the moment. Endeavor would likely require third-party assistance to make a McMahon-level purchase based on the size of their acquisition capital. Of course, Middle East investors are also on the playing field for the WWE purchase, and Saudi Arabia has made notable entertainment media investments recently. CEO Nick Khan recently stated that no arrangement has yet to been concluded with potential Saudi buyers. However, also of interest is the possibility that companies who are renegotiating their streaming or TV deals with WWE could take this chance to simply buy the promotion outright. This could place companies like Fox and Comcast on the table as candidates for purchase. Whether McMahon's hoped for selling price of $9 billion would actually be met is up in the air. However, Bloomberg states that a valuation of $9 billion amounts to about 7 times the company's $1.29 billion in sales last year and 23 times its adjusted operating income before depreciation and amortization, both at the high end for the entertainment industry. Top Guy JJ, this is our first time having you on to address this whole
succession.
What have you thought about all the developments?
It just
He doesn't
sounds
care.
like Vince is trying to find a way to get as much money as possible before he dies.
Yep.
Like that's literally all. Like he literally the epitome of the most selfish individual on God's green earth, bro. Like this man is about to be 80 years old and he's still trying to find a way to get $4 to $5 more $billion.
Yep. To give to all of
and knowing that he's probably gonna put on his will. He's gonna put Steph. He's gonna put Hunter. He's gonna put all the grandkids, and he is gonna mention Shane McMahon's name, but he ain't getting shit.
Happy birthday. That's it.
So, I mean, week after week, I am so drained and done and over just even talking about Vince McMahon. I just want him to sell this. If he wants to sell it, just fucking do it already and be gone. Fucking just die and drown in all your fucking money and all your fucking crimes and sorrows and all the fucking people's lives that I hope you pay the people's lives that you ruined off, you fucker. But other than that, don't give two flying fucks about this guy, like at all, on any level.
That is fair. That is totally fair. WWE NXT this week, they did 640,000 viewers. The show featured Braun Breaker being challenged by your boy, Top Guy JJ, former WWE champion Jinder
Mahal. God, you can't be fucking serious.
This was awful. Oh my God, this was so bad.
He will face him.
Shit.
Jinder Mahal will face Braun Breaker for the NXT championship on next week's show.
Forgot his promo.
Yes, he did. Yes, he definitely did. You also
had forgot his promo.
Yes, it was. Oh my God, it was fucking like.
How did Braun Breaker had more poise, even though he was getting booed out the building? Tyler Bate.
They sick of him. He's boring now. It's the same copy and paste.
Tyler Bate defeated Grayson Waller in a good opener. Post-match, Waller once again got into it with Shawn Michaels and got himself kicked out of the CWC. You also had Wes Lee beat Von Wagner to retain the NXT North American Championship. In the saddest part of the show, poor version, Brooks Jensen got cockblocked by his friend Fallon Henley, who accused his girlfriend Kiana James of cheating on him because she told someone named Zach that she loved him when it was actually just Kiana's brother. You also had Roxanne Perez and Meiko Satomura defeat Katana Chance and Kaden Carter in a solid main event. And post-match, Satomura challenged Perez for the NXT Women's Championship at Roadblock on March 7th.
Satomura the champion now.
Why are you hating on Roxanne? Roxanne's good.
I'm not hating on Roxanne. I just think that the other one is better. That's all. Sorry.
Jesus, we're off the Roxanne bandwagon already?
I was never on the bandwagon. Sorry. I like her, but I wasn't a bandwagon rider.
Fair enough.
Okay.
GCW Jersey J Cup was last weekend. They had so many great agreed.
Sorry.
So many great matches up and down this one-day event with 2 sessions for the entire tournament. You had Speedball defeat Jonathan Gresham in a terrific clash of technical wrestling and striking in the first round. You had the second round highlighted by Joey Janela beating Leo Rush in a really good bout. Then Janela
Leo Rush come back. I'm sorry. Oh, sorry.
Well, he's in GCW, not in WWE.
I know, but they just keep letting him. He just leaves everywhere and keep going back. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean by that comment, sir.
Then Janela lost to Jordan Oliver in a near 30-minute semifinals match. And finally, Oliver defeated Speedball Mike Bailey in an excellent tournament finals to win the Jersey J Cup and become the JCW champion. And then finally, Impact on Access TV. The show featured Kushida defeating Chris Bay in a really good opening matchup. You also had Steve Macklin beat Rhino, while Heath defeated Eddie Edwards for both Macklin and Heath to qualify for the No Surrender #1 contenders 4-way. You also had Barry Harwitz. Remember that name, Top Guy
Jerry?
Holy fuck.
Wait, look at his belly. Are you kidding me? What are we doing right now?
made his return to wrestling to defeat Johnny Swinger on the show, thanks to the Demon. And you also had Rich Swann beat Kenny King in a solid main event. Post-match, King
He's
attacked
still
Swann.
doing the hand to the back shit. Oh my
He
God.
is. Post-match, King attacked Swann for Josh
Yeah.
Alexander to make the save, but after Rich took a chair from Kenny and he swung at him and unfortunately hit the Impact World Champion by accident, as they're about to go head-to-head next Friday at No Surrender. But it is time for Chrissy Love's favorite time of the show, match of the week. With this week, it's not a hard choice based on, you know, so many great matches. It's a hard choice because there wasn't that many great matches this week.
It really wasn't. And I didn't get to see all of it either.
Thank
but
God you're going first on this, Chrissy.
I'll go first.
I don't want to go first, but yeah.
I'll go with number 3. My bronze medal is Elite.
You got 3 matches you got to pick?
Yeah, 3.
Holy shit.
Bronze medal, silver medal, gold medal. I'm not going to waste any time. Bronze medal, I'll go with the Elite versus Top Fox from AEW Rampage.
That's because of the entrance.
I would say honorable mention was Drew and Sheamus versus the Viking Raiders. They would have been third, but I just love the goofiness of that trios match on Rampage. Second, silver medal, I'll go with Jonathan Gresham versus Speedball Mike Bailey from the Jersey J Cup, and gold medal, Speedball Mike Bailey versus Jordan Oliver in the finals of the Jersey J Cup last Saturday. Chrissy Love, give us your 3.
This was a hard week, guys. I'm just saying. I'm going to give bronze to Moxley, Yuta. No, not Yuta. I'm sorry. Castagnoli, right? That's how you say it. And they went against those guys. That match, I liked. It was just blended.
LFI.
There you go, LFI. Silver will go to the Elite versus the brothers and the cousin.
Top Flight and
that one. And then my gold will go to Speedball and Gresham.
All right,
It's
top
fucked
guy
up,
JJ.
'cause I didn't see that match, so I can't even fucking cheat and just say that the gold
You can if
medal.
you want to. Doesn't matter. Nobody's
I
gonna know.
could, but I didn't see a second of that match. Like literally.
I just know I got it right in the stuff that we was picking on. So it doesn't matter.
Right. Here goes nothing, I guess. I'm gonna start. I gotta go. What the fuck happened this week in the ring?
Not much.
You know what? I'm gonna go. I guess. What are we doing here? Who the fuck?
Give it Brian.
What was the main event of Raw?
The Bianca,
the
Bailey, and
match?
Becky.
Oh, that match sucked. Fuck.
I'm sorry. This was not a good week for Raw.
Honorable
as far as
mention.
good
No,
matches.
honorable mention. Sorry, we didn't speak about SmackDown enough. Honorable mention to
we did.
the Viking Raiders. Oh, we did. I missed that part. Sorry. The Viking Raiders and Sheamus and them. That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, that was my honorable mention.
You know what?
When they let the Viking Raiders fight,
That's true. That'll be the gold. That'll be the bronze. I get out to the bronze, and then the silver is going to be the fun that the Elite was having. And I the best match I saw, because I ain't see much, was Moxley and Castagnoli
Claudio versus Rush and Preston Vance.
There you go, easy peasy.
There you go.
These weren't good matches.
Sweating. He was sweating.
Right, he was really.
They weren't great
good
matches. These were just good matches. They were just good matches this week. If you didn't see GCW Jersey J Cup, you didn't see any great matches this week.
That's fucking
Now let's do these rapid fire here. They got 3 shows tonight. We are gonna do
what time? Okay, what time of these shows? What time do these shows come on?
So you got WWE Elimination Chamber starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. You got NJPW Battle in the Valley starting at 10 p.m. Eastern. GCW Middle of the Night starting at 11 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna go backwards with this one.
Okay, that's fine.
We'll start with GCW. I only get predictions on the top matches. You're gonna have 6-man with Gringo Loco and Los Vipers versus Latigo versus Aries, Jack Cartwheel and Mango. You're also gonna have Alley Catch versus Charles Mason. GCW tag team titles. Los Masitos is going to verse the Bollywood Boys. The predictions we're going to do here, rapid fire here. We got Matt Cardona versus Nick Wayne. I'm going with Nick Wayne here. Who you got, Chrissy?
Cardona.
Who you got, Top Guy?
I don't know who the other guy is, so I'm definitely going Matt Cardona.
Nick Wayne is the youngest in the game. He's 17 years old. He's signed to AEW.
No, hold on. Why is he allowed to beat up a minor?
He can't wrestle in AEW until he's 18. You got Willie Mack in his hometown of Los Angeles versus Blake Christian. I'm going with Blake Christian though.
Blake Christian, because no one never wins when they're home. Blake Christian.
Top Guy.
Oh yeah, Blake Christian.
You got Leo Rush, Chrissy Love's favorite, versus Commander. I'm gonna go with Leo Rush here. Who you got, Chrissy?
Leo.
Who you got, Top Guy?
Come on, Commander. Fuck Leo Rush.
Damn. Sheesh. We're never going to get that interview. And for the GCW World Championship, it's going to be Nick Gage. This is the definition of Styles Clash. You got Deathmatch King Nick Gage versus our boy Speedball Mike Bailey.
Why is Mike Bailey going against this crazy man? Oh man,
I'm going to go with Nick Gage only because
Nick Gage always wins. What do you mean? This is his bread and butter. Like, oh, poor Mike Bailey, you're gonna be a bloody mess, friend. That pretty face, damn.
Yeah, unfortunately, we gotta go Nick fucking Gage.
Why
do you do this to our boy, man?
Right,
I don't know. I don't know why they do it. Speedball, we still rooting for you. We still rooting.
Yeah, we still like you. I met him and he was great.
Yes, we'll only do the
Nick Gage is hurt. They make him win.
Right.
We'll only do the top matches for Battle in the Valley as well, but they also on Battle in the Valley that starts at 10 p.m. Eastern. You got the pre-show before 10 p.m. It's going to be Alex Coughlin versus JR Kratos, as well as David Finlay versus Bobby Fish on the pre-show that starts at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Then you got Kushida, Kevin Knight.
Fish got a job. That's so nice.
Kushida, Kevin Knight, the DKC, and Volador Jr. will verse Impact World Champion Josh Alexander, Rocky Romero, Mascarero Dorado, and Adrian Quest. You're also going to see Filthy Rules match of Tom Lawler versus Homicide. No rules, no ropes. That should be fun. You got the NJPW Strong Tag Team Championships, the Motor City Machine Guns versus the West Coast Wrecking Crew. Now, the first one we'll do predictions for the Strong Openweight Championship. You got Fred Rosser going one-on-one with Kenta. Please, Kenta, win one thing for me. Top Guy JJ, who you got?
Oh God!
Come on, rapid fire.
Let's go Kenta.
Yeah, I don't want the black man to lose, but he's going Kenta. Sorry.
NJPW.
I remember what was his name before?
Fred Rosser. He was Darren Young.
Yes, there we go.
NJPW World Television Championship, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Clark Connors. I'm going with ZSJ. Chrissy Love.
ZSJ, yeah.
ZSJ, I don't know who the other guy is.
This one is the big one. Are we going to see the end of Switchblade Jay White in New Japan Pro Wrestling? Switchblade Jay White versus Eddie Kingston. Loser leaves NJPW. If Eddie Kingston loses, he can never face an NJPW talent in an NJPW ring. Chrissy Love, who you got?
Jay White. They never let Eddie Kingston win anything. Are you kidding me?
I'm going with Eddie Kingston because this ain't AEW. This is New Japan. So Eddie Kingston's going to win.
What I was going to say, because you cut me off, friend. If he's not with Moxley, then he wins. If he's not with like one of the other guys, he always wins. But since he's by himself, I'm going Jay White.
Top Guy?
I'm going Eddie Kingston. I want to see what happens with Jay White's future.
I do as well. For the IWGP Women's Championship, this is the match everybody sold out the show for. Kyrie defends for the second time against the debuting Mercedes Moné. It's Mercedes wins for me. Top Guy JJ.
Are we really asking this question?
Right.
Are we really asking this question?
Moné for sure. Moné for the win, friend.
Moné. IWGP World Championship up for grabs. This is double main event. It's going to be Kazuchika Okada versus his longtime rival, his career rival, the greatest rivalry in New Japan Pro Wrestling history, Hiroshi Tanahashi. Okada, Tanahashi. I got Okada, especially if he gives us this heel cocky Okada that we've been getting. Top guy.
Okada wins. LOL. With a beat down.
And then finally, what's going to start off this crazy night of professional wrestling, WWE Elimination Chamber in Montreal. First up, Brock Lesnar going one-on-one with Bobby Lashley. Since Bray Wyatt, this is to face Bray Wyatt in the Cinnamon Toast Crunch match at WrestleMania.
Oh my God,
I'm going with Brock.
I'm going Brock. Brock, Lashley is you're better than this. Let's have Brock go against Bray.
Top guy JJ.
Yeah, let's just have the farmer boy with the weirdo.
Edge and Beth Phoenix versus the Judgment Day's Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. Chrissy?
I want the Judgment Day to win.
Okay.
Top guy, I'm overseeing Edge pop up like every fucking 6 months to fucking show up. Man, the grit couple, y'all going down.
I'm going with Edge and Beth Phoenix on this one, only because they got laid out on Raw.
That's true. Damn. Okay, you're right.
Raw
Listen,
Women's
man, mommy's got to have some momentum going into Mania.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Not for the match
that means. You know what?
Raw Women's Championship #1 contenders Elimination Chamber matchup is Raquel Rodriguez, Asuka, Liv Morgan, Nikki Cross, Natalya, and Carmella. You said Okada wins. LOL. Asuka wins. LOL. Chrissy Love.
This is the most wet. Oscar, sorry.
Top guy JJ.
Oh God, yeah, we gotta go Oscar.
We're going Oscar all the way around. This is more interesting. WWE United States Championship Elimination Chamber match.
Because it could be anybody. This one could be anybody. To be honest.
Austin Theory defends against Seth Rollins, Johnny Gargano, Bronson Reed, Damian Priest, and Montez Ford. Top guy JJ.
I'll go. I'll go Ford. I'll take Ford. I want to upset. Let Ford take the win.
That would be interesting. That would be a swerve for sure. Top guy.
I'm gonna go Damian Priest.
I'm gonna go Austin Theory because we need Austin Theory to be U.S. champion and have the U.S. champion open challenge that will be accepted by John Cena at WrestleMania.
I fucking hate you. I hate you.
Right. Like, why don't you go first?
I fucking hate you for that.
Come on. Can I change my answer then? Like,
oh my God, you're such a fucking asshole for that.
Right.
You know what? Fuck that. I'm switching my pick now.
I'm cheating too. Fuck that. Yeah, where's Austin Theory?
Nah, man. That's that media shit, man.
Undisputed WWE Universal Championship, Roman Reigns versus the hometown boy, Sami Zayn. Top guy JJ, we've been talking about this match pretty much the whole podcast for the past near 3 hours. Who you got?
Like I said, I don't give a fuck if I am wrong tonight. I am going with Sami.
I wish I could have been on this stream tonight. You don't understand. I wish I could be on this stream. I'm so sad I can't be on the stream tonight. Ugh. I'm going Roman. Sorry, not sorry. Roman has to win. I'm love you, top guy.
Roman doesn't have to do shit. Okay, Roman's already made history.
Brock,
this is true.
JD, Jonah, Raquel, Sami.
I am going
frantic, even though most of those answers are wrong. But yeah, good for you. I love you though.
Yes, CR Zeno, Theory does need the title for the story to make more sense. If Theory loses the championship, you're taking away the thing that's created his whole push before he has his biggest match of his career. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yes, Romeo, he is going against the Tribal Chief. Shame on him. You know, like this.
I am never gonna go against the Tribal Chief until probably WrestleMania. I'm going with Roman Reigns. That is it. That is all.
It is my Tribal Chief. But you know what? My Tribal Chief has been so fucking dominant. Him losing one time is not going to fucking ruin him.
That is fair. Top guy JJ, thank you so much for joining us this week. Let the people know where they can follow you on social media. And I guess if you know when you'll be back on the show.
I might have an idea. On Instagram, you can find me at Tru Heel _ Top Guy JJ. On Twitch, you can also find me. Same Tru Heel _ Top Guy JJ. On Facebook, I'm barely on Facebook, so don't by and add me unless I'm getting a message from these guys in the group chat. On the reappearing, I think, if I'm right, I believe I will be back for the full episode 1 month from today, March 18th.
Whoa, look at that. Look at that. He's making his 1 month quote that he said last week. He is doing it, folks. Chrissy
1 month quota. I love this. This is great. I what day would that be, friend?
March 18th.
I'll be here. Yes.
There you go. Chrissy Love, where can they follow you?
Guys, you can find me every Saturday, Tru Heel Heat here, 11:05 a.m. Sundays, every other Sunday, Surface Hill, which will not be on tomorrow because they're going to do the round table. Other than that, IG, Twitter, Facebook. IG is Chrissy Love _1, which you can see. And then it's Tru Heel Chrissy Love on Twitter. And then it's just my name, which is Chrissy. Well, Chris for lunch. Love you all. Have a great Saturday.
Follow me on the Twitter machine at Tru Heel SP3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Tru Heel Heat. Patreon.com/Tru Heel Heat. $3 a month. The Prediction Championship. We got 3 shows to predict from. So Romeo, get to work because you got to put up the predictions for GCW as well. And Romeo will be busy tonight right here on the Tru Heel Heat YouTube channel.
Is he doing all 3 streams?
8 p.m. Eastern time. It starts it all. It is the WWE Elimination Chamber, NJPW, Battle in the Valley, watch along. We're going to be watching a lot of hours of professional wrestling right here on the Tru Heel Heat YouTube channel. While you're at it, you could check out our previews for both the Elimination Chamber, as well as yesterday we went live with Jay News, myself, and Sanal for our Battle in the Valley preview, and it got very heated because the New Japan fans don't want Mercedes Moné to win the title. That's all I will say. Watch it and you will see why they feel that way.
That sucks for them.
Aww, you fucking idiots.
Yeah.
That's called a company trying to build their American fan base, you fucking dumbasses.
I think that's the best way to end off the show. For Top Guy JJ, for Miss Chrissy Love, for Baby Seth, Johnny in the background, as always, the great producer. This has been Tru Heel Heat 213 War. Yeah. What
Just
is
know
it good
I might
for?
also be back March 4th to laugh at y'all.
Absolutely nothing.
Okay,
are signing
Omega
off
is holding
until-
Monet's hand. Isn't that cute? I love it. Aww.
We are signing off until next time.